Let's try this again. Good morning, Soil Family. Up, struggling already. Good morning, Miss King, Lion Crest, Vanessa, G Mama Groves. What's going on? It is Monday morning, which I know Monday morning is not so good for everybody, but every morning is good when you wake up. So, how was your weekend? How is your morning going? Your Monday morning going? So, first, I want to start off with a couple shout outs, of course. Um, we have a new fam member to the Tropical Troops, our soil sister, Larita King from Kingsway Gardening. I pinned her channel, so y'all make sure. She is very new to YouTube, and we all know how that feels being so new and trying to figure things out. So go over, check her out. Like, she came out the gate pretty strong, so make sure you go over there and check out. She only got 2 videos down. Check her videos out, like them, leave her a comment. Let's encourage her to post more because we want to see that garden. We are nosy people in the garden and homestead community, so we want to see more. Good morning, Snuggles. I did not hear about Colin Powell. I do not watch much TV, so sorry to hear about that. How you doing, Snuggles? Rambo Green Hands. Glad you could join us. Um, Lion Crest Outdoors. Shout out to Lion Crest Outdoors. That is Professor Q. That is who you go to for everything except tropical fruit, I think. This guy can help you grow it all. You can even get seeds from him. So he will help you grow. That's where you go. I mean, I can't help but to send everybody to Lion Crest Outdoors. Shout out to Eco Neighbor. Shout out to Free Handedly Made. And shout out to Wade Family Farm. All good people. Whew. So, good morning, blind guy, his wife, Bad Life. I got it right this morning. I'm going to let Corey have it this morning. I was thinking about y'all earlier with that plant-based treat. Man, I might have to get you to come on and show everybody a plant-based treat at least once a week. Like, I swear those things are amazing. Your videos, your plant-based treat videos alone are like out of this world. Good morning, Ruby. I'm glad you could join us. So let me start off by introducing myself. I know I have a lot of new subscribers. My name is Sherry. I am the wife of Black's Tropical Homestead. My husband is at work. I don't know what this is. This too much light or something outside. The sun is crazy. So anyways, we just gonna ignore that. But we hit 500 this weekend. Oh my God. Y'all know how YouTube do. They play with your numbers up and down. But we hit 500 subscribers. I think we had about 530. So community tab coming soon. Hold on, y'all. Let me close this window. So maybe it's too much sun. Green screen is like, So, all right, that's better. So we hit 500 subs this weekend. Ooh, in 5 weeks. I think it's pretty amazing. I mean, the most amazing part to me is all of the amazing people we have met. Like all of y'all, we couldn't have made it here without y'all. I was like a fiend yesterday looking for my community tab. Like I want to share everything, whoever going live and whatever is going on, I want to share it. But unfortunately, you have to wait. Thank y'all for all the congratulations. We will figure out something special to do for our 500 subs. So thank you, Lion Crest. Thank you, Rambo. Um, y'all know how I do on Monday mornings. I just get on here and see what y'all up to, what y'all got going on. I do drop my link because I love for people to come up and chat because that's how we get down around here on Mondays. So our weekend was great. Don't talk to you till we hit the 10,000 mark. Okay, okay. Good morning, Tasha. Okay, Snuggles, we got you. We gonna make that 10,000 for you. I don't know how soon that will be, but we will get there eventually. So our weekend we just chilled. I know my husband repot his good morning, my vivid life. He repot his pineapples yesterday. So we got what is it? Sweet loaf, sugar loaf. We got sugar loaf and we got I can't think of the name, but they white flesh pineapples. They say you can eat the core because the core is soft. So pretty excited about them. One had a lot of pups, so a lot of suckers. So that is always great. So yeah, make sure you hit the thumbs up for me on the way in. We still struggling here at 5 weeks, but we getting there. But other than that, we didn't do much of anything. Like went downtown. Well, Snuggles, we live in Georgia, so I don't think we're gonna mess with any marijuana around here. You know, I don't knock anybody's hustle or what anybody else do, but we just choose not to partake in those type of activities. So we like stuff we can eat. We drink a little bit, but we don't smoke. So if we can't eat it, we probably won't grow it. Herbs, vegetables, now growing vegetables, and fruit is what we do. So can't help you with that one. Good morning, Big Guy Journey. Glad you could pop in this morning. So other than that, we didn't do much. We went downtown, of course. We tried to film y'all a little video. It was a little crappy. It was windy as I don't know what. And guess what? Woke up this morning and I don't know what the temperature is, but oh my God. Asked my husband, what is it, like 50 something degrees? I was like, oh my God, what in the world? So, whew, that was a shock for me, but it's that time of the year. So, other than that, we just went, we go downtown sometime once or twice a month. We walk around. Sometimes we'll go to Hilton Head because we love the beach, but downtown is only like 10 minutes from our house. And you can park and just walk, grab you a drink. We always get pizza first, and then we'll grab us a daiquiri, and we'll just walk around and listen to the live bands and laugh at the people because my husband loved the people watch. So we walked down to River Street where the ships come in, and here's this whole new little town that we didn't even know was down there. So it was so weird because we were both looking around like we were tourists, so lost. But that's where we ended up seeing the acrobats, and their performance on the street. They had the lobby to the hotel was amazing. So good morning, micro farmer. Um, yeah, my vivid Kelly, he loved the people watch. Like we could just sit downtown for hours and just watch people. But the funny thing about the people downtown is they drink, so everybody is friendly and funny. So that was our thing. Like soon as we walked up, this lady was like, "Oh my God." I don't know if she was the bride or who she was, but she said, "Oh my God, I said that I was gonna get a picture with a big buff bald dude this weekend. Is it okay if I take a picture with your husband?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Oh, can I kiss him on his head?" And we were like, "Nah, you might not want to do that. Like, uh, this is not the time for all that." But good morning, Angela. So, when you go down there, there's some characters down there, but it's fun. I've never ran into any issues or, you know, a lot of homeless people, but they so friendly to where they just like, I mean, they human. They just homeless, but they friendly and they dancing and they having a good time. So, it's all fun. Yeah. Yeah, my vivid life. She was like, "Can I kiss someone?" I'm like, He was like, "No, you don't want to kiss me." I'm like, lady, you know, you're almost scared to take your mask off nowadays. Like, you want to kiss a stranger? No, thank you. So we took our pictures. That was the group with the Go Ridge Life little short we made, which is a challenge over on Ridge Life's channel. So might not have. Yes, let me tell you, they may not have a home, but out there they are having a good time. They dancing, and people buy drinks and food and give it to them and help them out, but they have a good time. Just all of them don't smell the best, but you try your hardest to like deal with it, but keep your distance a little bit. So, but downtown Savannah is great. Like if you have not been here, it's nice to be here. Um, Halloween is amazing in Savannah. Like the costumes are the best. These people go all out. So we're gonna try to go down there Halloween and get some videos or pictures or something so y'all can see what Halloween is like here. St. Patrick's Day is mind blowing. I mean, to the point where it's so many people in this town, so they shut down the entire downtown. You cannot drive around, and it's only walking. The parade is like 4 hour long St. Patrick's Day parade, and there's hundreds of thousands of people down there. So they put up cell phone towers because it's so many people in this one area to where your cell phone won't work. So it's crazy. I mean, every line you talk about boozing, people are totally drunk, but whew, I like it. I don't think we've been down there. And well, last year they didn't. I can't remember if they did anything last year, but anyway, it's yeah. The entire community have a good time. I mean, the entire community. So it's nice. It's something to see. It's amazing to be this close to it and be able to just jump in the car and ride down there. But parking is like $20 for St. Patrick's Day. They make their money. They know you're gonna eat. They know you're gonna drink. So the homeless people here are friendly and polite too. They turn down stuff. One guy didn't see shoe. Uh, yeah, they can be so sweet. It's sad. You like to watch. Yeah, I told my husband like even the ships coming in, the ships come in through River Street, and River Street seems so small when a ship is coming in, and these ships might have 15,000 containers or so on them. So to see this big old ship coming down the river is like a wall or a moving building. But this place is full of sights, full of tourist attractions, and I mean it's amazing. So we will go down one day and we'll get some better footage because that at night and that wind, I was like, I can't even tell if the wind was blowing too hard or I couldn't tell anything, but we always have a good time. My husband loved to dance, but he wasn't for dancing this weekend for some reason. So he danced a little bit, but then he went on. He had to go to the bathroom, so that might have been his dance. But it's nice. So we didn't plant. We didn't buy any new plants this weekend. Um, I think we're gonna kind of take a break from that for a little while, so we can make sure we can manage what we have. We did. We did harvest a lemon guava, which was delicious. A couple of our passion fruit have fallen off, meaning that they are ripe or pretty close to ripe. Most of the time, when it fall off, we let it sit on the counter for about 5 days or so, about a week. So, but that lemon guava, oh my God, that thing was so good. Good morning, Kingsway Gardening. I was just talking about you. So, um, I don't know if I know you so new at YouTube, but I don't know if you're at work or if you have time to pop in and say hello to everyone. We love to talk to you if you can jump on. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. I know Laquita dropped it, but you had to scroll back to see it. So if you can hit that link, if you want to join me for a few minutes and chit chat. Good morning, trash can waves. You're more than welcome to. But Marita King is, yeah, very new. We are only 5 weeks in, Miss King, so you can do a whole lot being very new. You know, my thing is like I think my first channel that I got addicted to since we've been content creators is Blind Guy, his wife, their life. Like their first stream I saw, you have to check them out. Blind Guy, his wife, their life. I was automatically drawn in. Like I absolutely love them. Very entertaining. Very. I mean, you get great information from their guests. It's just fun and family. So I always tell people to check out Blind Guy, his wife, their life. They go live Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from they go live at about 11:15. So she usually try to stream for about an hour, which we usually deep in the chat talking and playing. So that usually doesn't work out too well. But that is a great place to start. Like that is a good family structured home base foundation that was for us anyway. So other than that, what I do is I get in these chats. I go to and visit different homesteading and gardening groups, and I speak to people, everybody. So and they are all so friendly, and they notice you. They say, "Oh, they'll say Kingsway Gardening. I don't think I ever seen you in the chat before." And they will call and they'll tell people, drop the link in the chat and y'all make sure y'all subscribe and go support. So that's how we grew. And now today here we are at, I think 532 5 weeks later. So, I am a housewife. I have a lot of time. So I do dedicate certain times of the day to YouTube, even though I have a lot of work to do at home. We start out super Yeah, super crunchy, and I always try to get better with our show. Yo, blind guy. Good morning, Sunday backyard blind guy. I don't know if your shows can get any better. Like y'all shows are amazing. So, but you already know that y'all are pros. Y'all had my husband so worried. Bobby was like, I don't know about this going live because he was watching y'all, and I'm like, oh, I don't know how can we do this? We were thinking like, what we gonna set up at? What we gonna talk about? So, but y'all are amazing. But Miss King, did you want to come up and talk about your channel a little bit? Say hello to the few people that's in here. But I pinned her channel. I don't know if blind guy, if you have time, if you can, or one of my mods can drop her channel in the link and check her out. Show her some love. I love to see the interaction between. Yeah, so me and my husband get along so good. It's amazing. Like we have been together for 5 years, and I say all the time, the last 5 years have been the best years of my life. Like it's been some good times, a lot of good times, but to be able to cohabitate with somebody so amazing, like he said before, we complement each other. Where um his weaknesses are my strengths and vice versa. We don't fight and argue about things. We talk about it, and we agree to disagree, and we respect each other. We don't agree on everything, but we ain't in here, at each other's throat because we have to live together, and life is just is amazing. So spending time with him, we spend all our time together. He go to the gym, and I have I think I have I think I still have I joined the gym a couple years ago. I never canceled it. I don't think he canceled it, but I don't go because I work out all day at home with chickens and dogs and cleaning and cooking. But him going to the gym, that's his time to relax and get his mind right. So um it's called King's Way Gardening, My Vivid Life. So, I respect his gym time. I don't call him, I don't text him, but he doesn't go anywhere else. He'll go to the gym and that's it. Other than that, I mean, he go to work, and other than that, we together. So it's great to be able to get along with somebody. So, Miss King, you see that blind guy, his wife, their life just dropped. Call in for a chat. If you click on that, it'll take you to another screen, and I think you type in your name, but it'll direct you to come into the chat, and then I'll add you once I see you pop in. So microfarmer, you about to buy some land. um so my friend that passed away, had she owned an island, and it's huge. That place is like so magical. When you go over there, we go over there every now and then and hang out at her house and go to the beach and ride around just to sightsee. So you can only get there by boat. So we'll pack food and go over there for the day because I am too scared to spend the night. But when you go over there, it's so calming and peaceful and magical. Like I love it. So ain't nothing like having your own. All right, let's see. You want me to add you? I'm gonna add you to the screen so everybody will see you. Okay. But if you don't, I mean, so with before I click you on, if you don't want to be live, you click your camera off, and but we can still hear you talk. So we don't have to see you. and hear you. But if you don't mind, when I add you to the screen, everybody will see you. So you do have you have the option to take your picture. I mean, take your live feed off and just use whatever picture you have. You okay? You ready? All right, come on. It's okay. We gonna love you regardless. Good morning.
Oh my goodness. First time for me, y'all.
Huh?
This is very, very first time for me. Oh my goodness.
That's okay. Welcome to the YouTube streets. So
Wow, I'm in the midst of getting ready to go to chiropractor. I'm in the midst of trying to get ready as you Kings wake up.
that's all right. That's okay. So how you doing this morning?
I'm okay. I've been watching everybody. I've been trying to comment or at least try to catch everybody. This stuff is very new to me. Um, I'm learning this what you just taught me here. But I've been watching for a while, and my daughter and in the YouTube create your own. So my nerves is really high sky, but I'm trying. I'm doing it.
Oh yeah. It'll take time, and we are here to help you. So my email is easy to find. If you email me, I can give you my contact. That way you can her volume is low. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold her because I don't. She may have another screen or something open, and sometime that can mess with your live. So,
So do I?
but
If I clear them,
huh?
will I lose y'all if I clear?
I'm not sure.
Hopefully not.
I'm not sure. I'm not too blind guy. Have to walk me through a lot, so I'm not sure.
Saw them live at one point, and it's fun. It's like everybody's just communing on the same level and learning from had me in tears.
Yeah,
But yes, everybody is like positive and everybody is like learning off each other. I'm tell you, I'm learning a lot.
yeah. You'll learn a lot. Yeah,
Yes.
you'll get over the fear like this. You getting the hard part out of the way now. That's your first cam up or your first collab or getting on the screen with somebody. That's the scariest part. So once you get past this, it'll be like, oh, okay. So we'll work on it. Don't worry.
Oh goodness.
We are here for you. I just wanted to welcome you to the fam. So email me or I'll email you and we'll work it out, okay? We don't want to hold you up for
Yes.
your appointment.
It's at 11 o'clock, but I appreciate it. I really do, and I appreciate all the love. And I'll continue watching you all.
All right, we got you.
Okay.
Have a good day.
All right. You too.
All right. So y'all make sure y'all check out Outdoor Jack. Good morning. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, Adrian. What's cooking, girl? What time is it? It's too early. It's too early for turkey and roast beef and all that other good stuff you be talking. We'll save that for later, huh? But yeah, y'all make sure y'all check out King's Way Gardening. She is very new. Let me tell you, I was calling Laquita at Blind Guy His White Dad Life. Like, I don't know. I didn't know when to start live. I didn't know when to jump on the live. Like, it's all so, it make you so nervous. But once you start, like, I mean, I ain't as nervous as my husband be, but it's like, whew, I definitely couldn't do it without y'all, because I don't know if I could sit here and talk to myself, you know, very long. So I always appreciate y'all popping up, coming in and chatting. I love that. But so yeah, I was talking about my husband and I and how we get along so good. It's just, it's a blessing. Oh, no problem, Soil sister. But good morning, Foster family. How you doing? Happy Monday. But yeah, it's a blessing to be in a healthy and strong relationship, where you can teach each other and not fight about about anything. Like, I'm so simple. I don't ask or do anything. I enjoy being home. Good morning, Abby Stalker mom. I enjoy being home and taking care of home. And we go out, we go out together and dance and have drinks and people watch. We go to the store, or Home Depot, or Lowe's. We ride out, which I'm the driver, and I don't mind driving, but to be able to get in the car with him and go anywhere we want and do anything we want and not fighting and bickering and arguing or mad and just ready to rip each other head off, that's just truly amazing to me. Like, first relationship ever to be so comfortable and so much love and respect towards each other. So, my job is to make his job easier. I've worked all my life, so to now be a housewife, my job is to make his job easy. Which, yeah, we do. We are a trucking company. We have a trucking company, so far as paperwork and doing as much as I can on the backside. Okay, okay, Adrian, on the backside, so that he don't have to worry about so much. When he come home, he don't have to worry about food and, oh, I gotta do this. We might walk the dogs or something simple, but he don't have to come home and do everything that I refuse to do, or I'm just being too lazy to do. So, it's great. I find new things to cook. Like, now I really want to, um Laquita, if you have time to pop in, I don't know how this works. I really want to get into plant-based treats. Like, I think that is my goal, to get deep into plant-based treats. So, Outdoor Jack, welcome to Black's Tropical Homestead. I am Sherry. I am Black's Tropical Homestead is we are tropical fruit growers in Georgia. We grow tropical fruit in a subtropical climate, which is a bit of a challenge, but the challenge isn't until winter hit. So we have about 100 plants now, trees, plants, bushes, whatever, mostly tropical fruit, very few vegetable. We grow herbs and we are adding vegetables. So we are growing up in the world, but that is thanks to you all learning, seeing, like, my husband is obsessed with sweet potato right now. He watched sweet potato videos. Okay, that's fine. Um, that's fine, Laquita. he has watched a million sweet potato videos, and he go back years and watch it. That scavenger hunt of searching for sweet potatoes, he is addicted to. So he's been watching all these videos, and then he like, yeah, I'm gonna grow me some sweet potatoes so I can have my own scavenger hunt. But that's the joy of it, and he's been growing for a long, long time. So now it's just watching people like Lion Crest Outdoor and you know so many other channels we watch. Now it's encouraging us to maybe we should grow different things. So like my brother and his wife in Virginia, they grew squash. My brother don't eat squash, but he plants squash. I think they growing radish now, and she like I don't know why I don't eat that, but she looked up recipes for squash. She made squash casserole and squash pie. She said my brother loved the squash pie. So you know, sometimes you got to get out of that mind frame of I don't like this or I don't eat this because it's certain ways you can cook it and it turn into something amazing. So blind guy there, his wife, their life, they are plant based. So during her live on Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays, she always give us her plant based treat. When I say some of the, I mean, and it seemed like I know, we tweak our videos so that it doesn't take a long time, but she make it look so easy, but the food looks so good. So I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna get on this plant based roller coaster, even though we still gonna have our meat because I will never do that to my husband and myself. Like I gotta have fried chicken. So, but I am going to start incorporating some of her plant based treats. No, we don't have moringa yet. So that's the thing, Adrian Nash. We like when we see something we that's interesting or that we may want to try, we'll try it before we actually buy the plant itself. But I might have to look into that because I've heard about it a couple times, but a lot of stuff is just we hear people talk about it or we tried it, so we'll go and buy a plant and grow it ourselves. Plant based roller coaster. Yeah, I'm ready for it. Like I keep thinking about it, so I think it's time to jump on plant based. Good morning, Miss B Finesse. Let's see.
Can you hear me, Miss Sherry?
I can hear you now.
Do you hear any background noise?
Nah, you sound pretty
Okay,
good.
perfect. Okay, good. Cause I'm up with the baby, about to get ready to go to the park. Okay, so my question to you: are we asking questions, or are we just talking right
Hey, whatever. Talk.
now?
I'm here.
Okay, so my question is: you said you guys are growing sweet potatoes?
Not yet, but we will.
Ah,
Um,
okay, that's what I was gonna ask about. So when you grow them, they're just you stick them in the ground, right? Is there anything special you guys we have to do if like we're in the sunny environment with sweet potatoes, or
I'm not too sure if it's. I know we gonna put them in a bucket or in a container. So
right?
we gonna put them in ground. I don't think he's gonna put them in ground, but I'm not sure.
Oh,
He didn't say it exactly what. I know my husband is ready to build some garden beds, so we won't have much space to walk around because he want to put garden beds out there at the garden. So
ooh.
he may put his sweet potatoes in the garden bed, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm just not exactly sure. So we got
So you go ahead. No, I'm listening.
go ahead.
So my question too is, you guys, do you do pumpkins too?
No.
Okay. So are you guys gonna start growing those type of things, or are you only doing sweet potatoes because that's what Bobby's wanting?
But we'll do sweet potato, probably cucumbers,
Cucumbers.
I am going. Like, we grow bell pepper, beans. We grow lima beans, string beans. Right now, we have lima bean and string beans.
Those are on
Um,
that vine, right? And on that fence, the string beans.
no, no, they are actually in the garden.
Oh, okay.
We have some in the garden. We have some in the tub.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, the tub is in the front.
Yeah. I when I like we leave our string beans on out there in the yard in the garden until I get ready to cook them, and then I'll go out and cut enough for us for the day, and that's what I cook. Good morning, Wyatt family.
And so, how often, Sherry, are the green beans coming up? They're consistent the whole year round, or
Um,
when the chill comes, do they like slow up?
I think it's slow up when it's warm, so we
Ah,
just put these down maybe a month ago, and every day you can go out there and pick string beans.
really?
So,
And
yeah,
so,
but
okay, so you got the string beans in a pot
we have some in the tub
or
and
in
we
the
got
ground?
some now.
Oh,
Yeah,
and the
but then
and the string and the string bean, you put the little beans in the ground and grow them, or they already were stalked out when you guys started them.
well, we germinate the seeds. We grow it. We grow the string beans from seed.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So yeah, big guy. I think you the potatoes. I did see somebody add dirt eventually after it started growing, but yeah, I let my husband learn it, and then I let him teach me.
Yeah, exactly.
I watched the videos a little bit, but not much. So, but he has watched a ton of videos.
Yeah, the sweet potatoes. It seems like a lot of those will come up once you start making those.
Yeah, you get a some people get a lot of sweet potatoes. Lion Crest, he did a video a couple weeks ago on sweet potatoes. So
I
check
think I
out
seen
his
that. I
page.
seen him
Yeah, yeah.
because you told me about him last time we were on. Check him out.
Good morning, XDMC.
So, what's the last pie you cooked, Cherry?
What was that?
What's the last pie you made? 'Cause I know you like to make pies.
Um, well, so my neighbor is a cake decorator at one of the most popular cake stores here,
Oh
and
wow.
she'll text me and say, "Hey, y'all want cake?" And she'll just bring either a whole cake or a bunch of cake squares or something. So that's been dessert for the last few days. I'm gonna make brownies. I probably won't bake a pie. Good morning,
Mhm.
XDC. Um, I probably won't bake a pie. Maybe in a week or two, I'll probably
Uh
bake
huh.
sweet potato pies.
So, what kind of cakes did she make?
Any kind of cake, you name it, they make it.
No, what
Good,
kind did she bring you guys?
Jerry. What she brought us was cake squares, and it was like a
Mm.
birthday cake, and they just cut it up into squares.
Oh, that sounds good.
I can't remember the name of it, but on the thumbnail is a tall on the thumbnail, but I can't remember the name of that garden video, the herb video. Something about repurposed bathroom. XDMC, we did grow okra last year. When I say okra every day, we will pull an okra out that garden every single day.
My granny loves okra.
I don't eat okra. I don't know
So
if I
who's
can
eating it?
ever grow up to eat okra.
I think my
Uh,
granny fries it when she cooks it.
yeah, my husband, what he do is he take a pack of bacon and
Hmm.
fry the bacon, and then he add his okra in it and, and rice. I don't know
Oh,
what
okay.
to do with it, but I don't eat okra. No, not for me. Something it's slimy or something, so nah.
Here you go. Hold that. Oh, sorry. I'm giving the baby something. So, oh, you guys already probably talked about that. Um, what's the newest flower that you've grown, Jerry?
Um, I don't know because we don't buy many flowers.
Mm.
It's just
I thought
they
I
just
seen some on the porch.
So on the porch we have uprights, elephant ears. We got a palm on the porch, but
Oh, okay.
they just grow, more and more
Mhm.
every year.
Gotcha.
But we don't like we have a rose bed, we have a
Yeah, you said that.
hibiscus, but we don't plant flowers normally because we
So it's
won't.
only the fruits now. You saying you guys are focusing on fruits?
Yeah, basically fruits. I mean, we do plant. Like I love hibiscus, so when I see
Mhm.
hibiscus, I'm like, I want this one too. But mostly fruit.
So what's the next tree you guys are going to try to buy, or you guys are
Um,
thinking about buying?
so we heard Grow Family Network talking about a June plum last night. Is it June plum? Yeah, June
Mm,
plum. So I think my husband might be looking at June plum, but I don't know. Whatever is good to us,
right.
we just grow it. So
Is that close? June plums in you guys' region, or you guys gonna have to travel to get that?
yeah, we'll probably have to come to Florida to get it, which we don't
Hmm.
mind. So we don't care for ordering. We don't like to order plants online because they'll send
Right.
you anything or nothing.
Right.
So we rather get in the car and ride.
And then like look at it too to make sure it doesn't look like it's withered away or something.
Yeah, yeah, we can pick our own plant, and they will send you anything. And sometimes they'll send you the wrong plant,
Oh wow.
and you can't get in touch with this seller, but you don't know what you got neither. So rather than waste my money doing that, I'd rather get in the car and take a ride for the day, and they give us time to get out and
Hmm.
socialize and just move around some. So
Right. And then you can't be driving to Florida of all places you're driving to.
okay, so I have a question for you.
For me,
I can drive, girl. I can drive from here to Key West like in 8 hours or so.
wow.
Like I don't have to stop because I don't eat and drink a whole lot when I'm driving. I just drive
See,
music
you
or
like me. You like me.
listen.
I don't like to. I don't like to make no stop, Sherry. I want to get there and then I'll chill.
Yeah, yeah. So I just get get a urinal for my husband. I'm like, we gonna ride for a couple hours. So.
I heard that.
But so what are you growing?
Okay, so well, it's a mixture of me and my husband. But my next thing, because we like sweet potatoes as a family, is I might start potatoes. There's potatoes or sweet potatoes because I've grown them before when I was
Mm.
younger. But we have oranges. We have my husband has pineapples. He's got mango, fig, papaya. What else does he have back there? There's two
Y'all
more
get any
plants,
fruit? Are
huh?
y'all getting any fruit off of your papaya?
Not yet. No, because
Mm.
I believe he got that tree this summer, and I
Yeah.
don't think anything's came up yet. I don't think the
So
papaya, but the fig, yes. What's the other one? Mango.
so
I believe he loves mango. Huh?
we just got a papaya this summer. So what I do for
Uh-huh.
my papaya is I cut my lower leaves off.
Okay.
I just
Uh-huh.
keep the top bunch because I
Oh.
want all my energy to go to the top of the plant so that it will fruit. So I always trim my bottom leaves off. Anything that's
Oh,
hanging
okay.
down or look like it's getting weak, I take them
Uh-huh.
off. So both
So,
of our
so that's
plants.
taking up most of the energy when it's coming straight up from the bottom because it's the newest or something like that.
Yeah. So what you do is the energy coming from the root system, but you want it to feed the plant to grow or to flower. So both of our plants have both of our papaya have fruit on them now.
So okay, so that's what 3 months you said?
One of them we might have had for 2 months or so. Not
Okay,
that
so were you watering it every day, Sherry, or you just letting natural nature do what it does?
I water them sometime, but not every day. If it rains or if I see the wheat leaves looking like they suffering,
Hmm.
I water it. But I try not to overwater it, which I don't know if you can overwater papaya. So
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to
so
check that one out. And I think you know what, Shay? We got this little these little squirrels out here and
mhm.
geckos. So a lot of times stuff was sprouting out, they would come get it. So what's a good suggestion for squirrels to keep them away? Besides, I know you like to shoot stuff and kill it. What's another suggestion? I don't want to kill the squirrels.
Dogs. My dogs. Squirrels don't play with
Oh
my
yeah,
dog.
dog. We don't have a yeah, we don't have a dog. You
Yeah.
said get a dog.
Yeah. So my dogs, like they outside right now.
Uh-huh.
And the my female, she doesn't pay any attention, but
Uh-huh.
the male, he will sit and he patrol the area. No
Right, right.
squirrel. And now when he go outside, the squirrels take off running, so they don't play
That's
with them.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
dog is that's probably a good one. That's a good deep
um
deep chewing right there.
yeah, yeah. But they're not outside all the time. Like I let them outside for a couple hours, and then I let
Mm-hmm.
them back in to rest because, like my male dog, he doesn't like the heat. Or the female, she doesn't care. So I just let them both in so they can take a nap. They usually
Oh,
eat,
interesting.
and then they go back outside. They just like little kids.
So when they out there, Sherry, the dogs don't mess with none of the plants or none, or do they eat stuff off of them?
Uh, no,
Oh, okay.
they have their area in the backyard, but they just go and you know they don't go anywhere. They just hang out in their little spot and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So my question is to you, since you got the vegetables, I mean the fruit. You said you gonna start doing vegetables, Sherry, or you say you in the middle of that right now?
Yeah, we're gonna do a little bit more vegetables than what we've been doing. Plus, I want to
So
do some of Laquita's plant based, so I think that's a good start.
so my question to you is, do you like to make stews or do you do stewing or slow
Not
roast cooking things? Ouch.
we do roast, but not so much stewing.
Mm-hmm.
So my husband is actually the cook. My
Oh,
husband is. I mean, well, he doesn't cook. Maybe
no, but you're talking about those type of meals and different things. He'll probably make that type of stuff. You're saying
I think my husband can perfect anything when it comes to cooking,
cool,
but he doesn't cook much because I cook all the time. So,
right?
but when you cook, you know, the food is amazing. So I like when
Mhm,
he like stewed chicken or something.
mhm, mhm.
The chicken is like the best, but I don't leave cooking for him too often, so we don't eat that too often because
Mhm.
of all the cooking.
So, what's your favorite thing that you like to cook? That you feel like you cook the best?
Um, I don't know. Maybe fried chicken.
Uh huh.
I love buttermilk fried chicken.
Oh, that's my granny does that.
I think that's probably my favorite.
Mhm.
But I can eat chicken every day, so
Me
and it
too. I don't
baked
know what
boiled.
it is. Bake, yes, exactly. All types of chicken. I love chicken.
Yeah, I love
I'm
chicken
the
too.
same way.
My
Same way.
husband's favorite is lasagna. He can eat spaghetti or lasagna
Mhm.
every day. I can make 10 pans, and he won't make sure not one drop go in the trash.
For breakfast, lunch, and dinner, huh?
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And for
That's how my
breakfast,
husband is.
he'll say, "Oh, just give me some lasagna and cook me 6 eggs."
Mhm. Mhm.
Breakfast. So
Yep.
he is very easy to please when it comes to food, long as he got
Right.
food.
I think that's most men. My husband's the same way. I'm like, babe, is there anything special you want me to make this week? He's like, nope, nope, just make this recook my stuff for lunch during the week, and that's fine. So I always try to pizzazz it up though. But
Yeah,
I think yeah, they're just creatures of nature. Like as long as they get their food and it's hearty enough for them, they
yeah,
happy. But I
yeah.
like you already know how we talked about this. I like to have different stuff. Like I like to create different meals, make different stuff we haven't eaten before. So I
That
don't know.
I think that's most women. I think the men are pretty much okay. I make bomb
Hmm.
lasagna. My missus, when I go home, yeah, you gonna make a lasagna? My oldest brother. Every time
Okay.
I go home to visit, that's the first thing he come to see me and he say, "You gonna make a lasagna?" I'm like, yeah. But
So what's the trick on your lasagna? Would you put extra cheese in it, extra meat? Like what makes yours you think the bomb to them?
I don't know because I can't think of anybody. I don't know what it is about my lasagna. Melissa may be able to tell you, that's my sister, so she may be able to tell you because she make lasagna and I think her best friend make it, but I'm not sure what's so special about mine because sometimes I make like something is missing or something not right. So I don't know. It's like I almost can't taste my own food. Long as it
Mm,
smells right and look right. Extra everything. I know I put a lot of meat in mine,
mm-hmm.
but I don't know what's different about mine compared to anybody because I haven't had other
So
people.
which type of meat are you putting in it?
I just put ground beef and
Ground
sometimes I
beef?
put
Okay.
kielbasa sausage in it. Sometimes,
Yeah, you
but
mixing it on up.
yeah, I put sausage in the ground beef. But I
Mm-hmm.
use so for my white sauce I use ricotta cheese, cream cheese, and sour
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
cream, and
Uh-huh.
I mix those three together, and I put eggs in that.
Okay.
I don't know if that's, but my husband doesn't like sour cream. He doesn't like. How can I say this? He doesn't like mayonnaise.
My
Right?
husband, yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That
Yeah,
type
yeah.
of tasting. I know what you're talking about.
I don't know what it is, but I don't want to say it the other way because it's early in the morning. It's Monday, so we're gonna keep
Right.
it.
Right. Keep it light.
So he don't like mayonnaise and weird stuff. Ranch
Uh-huh.
dressing, sour cream, cream cheese. But
Mm-hmm.
when I make my lasagna, I mix all this stuff in my lasagna and I layer it.
Mm-hmm.
He loved it. So
Does
now,
does he know that's in there? Have you
yeah,
told him what's in it? Oh, okay.
yeah, you know what's in there. And you
Mm-hmm.
can see it in the layers. But
Okay.
I also make a fruit dip. And
Mm.
at first he would not eat the fruit dip. And then one day, I don't know what I did. One day I got some fruit and dip and started eating it. I don't know if he tasted or something. And he said, "Why you ain't bring me some dip?" And it's white. And I said, "Well, I just thought you wouldn't like it." So now it's like a fight around here when it comes to fruit dip. Beat you to it, he will eat it. But well, at first he would not touch it. So I don't. But I'm not sure what it is.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I bet
But
y'all living in heaven with that fruit dip because you got just a fruit nation in your yard, so y'all got all kind of fruit for that.
yeah, yeah. Well, we don't use the dip for our fruit. When we go to Sam's Club, we usually buy a
Hmm.
lot of um, fresh pineapples and a bunch of fruit,
Yeah.
strawberry, whatever. And I make that dip, this dip, which is like Melissa said, it's simple but it's amazing. So, good morning, Miss Patrice. But
Hey, Patrice.
yeah, I don't know. That dip is, I love that dip, but I don't use it for our fruit because our fruit is so sweet and you want to taste it without.
Gotcha. Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. Because you
so
guys have that special fruit.
XDMC, XDMC said, "Okay, everyone, drop in the chat what they're cooking for blind guy, his wife, their life, and not
Oh, the plant-based treat.
no, they're
You
eating roast." He said, "So we got okra lasagna and Melissa Jameson the fruit dip. Let's go, y'all."
know. I had
That's
some
what
stew.
we need. We need to set up a meetup. We're gonna have
Oh, that
some
would be neat.
YouTubes until we all get to each other. Set up a meetup for some food. I don't know what y'all veggie stir fry. Hey, I don't know what y'all gonna do when y'all see all that meat around the table, but it'll be some of everything for everybody. But yeah, that sounds great. Food is food is food. Oh, my seafood dip. I haven't made that in a long time, Melissa. Yeah,
Seafood dip. Is that like what, tartar sauce or more like that orange sauce? Not orange, whatever that sauce is they eat with seafood.
on nah.
It's like with shrimp or something. I think people eat. I don't know. I don't know what that sauce is. They dip it in. I think. What do you make the your sauce with? What type of seafood?
So when I make my seafood dip, it's a combination of a lot of stuff. Garlic. I use heavy whipping cream. Oh my God, breadcrumbs. I put a lot of crab meat and shrimp in it. So I put so much stuff in it. Onion and green pepper. I cut it up so fine to where you don't even know what's in there because I fry that first. Then I add
Mm.
my shrimp in it. Then I add my crab in it for a few minutes. I mix all this stuff together, which are the breadcrumbs, the heavy whipping cream, cheese, and put it in the oven. And we use it just for crackers or whatever. I mean, you can eat it by itself, but
Yeah, so it's like a salad already. It's pretty much a meal itself. You got everything in it.
yeah, yeah, it's
God,
pretty much a meal itself. I don't put pasta or anything in it, but I don't
right.
make it. I never make it unless I'm in Virginia because my family likes food.
Yeah, the people on the coast, the East Coast. That
Yeah,
sounds
now
like a
you
meal
said
that
now
people
I'm
make.
hungry.
Yeah, we've
Yeah,
been talking about a lot of food. We done went through the gamut of food. We done went through the dessert,
yeah.
main
Like
courses, entrees.
when I go to Virginia, my mom want to eat out everywhere, but my brothers they want to cook. Like we love to cook and get together, but they always want me to cook lasagna, fried chicken, or the dip. I mean the seafood dip. So we
Are
all
you
got
the
our.
oldest, Sherry?
Am I the oldest?
Uh-huh.
No,
Oh, okay.
I am the baby. I'm the baby and the only girl. So my mom and dad had 6 kids. Got 6 kids. I have five
Mhm.
brothers, and then there's me, the baby and the only girl, who is not spoiled at all. Because people say, "Oh, I know them boys spoiled you." No, they did not. I am not spoiled.
I think that's your perspective, Sherry. You probably spoiled. You think you ain't, but I bet you other people tell they probably say, "Man, baby sister spoiled."
Mm-mm. I am not
You said,
spoiled.
"Mm-mm."
I am. I mean, we take care of each other, but I am not spoiled. The baby, yeah, the baby boy is spoiled. So you know, I'm like the big sister, but I'm the only sister. So it's funny, but that I love getting together with my brothers because so many families get together and what happened? They start drinking and arguing and oh my god, we never have those issues and we drink and have a we eat, drink, and laugh.
Mhm. And I
That's
think that's the thing with guys too. Like maybe if you had a lot of more sisters, sorry ladies, but if you have a lot more sisters, the dynamic probably be different. But since you have all brothers,
yeah,
most of them are just kind of trying to have fun. They're not really into the extraness of it, even though men can do that. But
yeah, yeah. We all cook, we good. XDMC. So I'm originally from Virginia. I've been in Georgia now for 10 years. So according to my husband, the way we cook in Virginia is trash, which I can almost agree with that because my husband cook when he cook is amazing. Like I don't like red rice. Red rice is big in Georgia. I don't even know how they cook it. And his mom cook it for Thanksgiving, and he put all his red rice on my plate. And I'm like, I don't want that. Man, when I tell you the best, it ain't nothing that lady cook and I won't eat it. I'm like, oh, okay. She probably cook liver and I probably eat it. And I don't like liver, but
red
ooh,
rice. Mm.
man, when I say oh, this food down south hit different compared to Virginia. But
Mhm.
we can cook because we love our food. We all got our certain things and we cook, we get together, we have a good time. But down here, it's like, woo. Yeah, it's like Spanish rice. I think it's tomato based.
Okay. Yeah, I know what that is.
Oh my God. When my husband mom cooked,
Mhm.
woo, the entire family is at it. So she said, we got to cook now. She ain't cooking no more. She said she retired from cooking. but my husband can cook. Like sometimes, I'm like, won't you cook? So, um, all right, Miss B popped off. Let's see, Laquita, you ready for us? But yeah, XDMC. So I'm originally from Virginia, and I moved here um about 10 years ago. So I have learned that the food here is way different from even in Virginia, which I never really noticed. But my uncle, he was an excellent cook too, and he lived in Savannah, but he was originally from Virginia. Whew, that dude can cook. So we love. I mean, everybody love food, and when the food tastes great, like how can you not love it? You can never get enough of it. So that is something good to pass around the family. You know, good recipes and teaching the kids how to cook things and grow things because that will teach them how to take care. I don't understand how some grown women say they can't cook or I don't know how to cook. I'm like, somebody told me that a couple years ago. Somewhere somebody said that they couldn't cook, and I was like, but we have YouTube that will teach you how to cook. So how can you not cook? And all you got to do is follow it step to step. But you know, I always believe in tweaking things to make it to your taste. Some people don't like sweet food or don't like salt at all, or just a little bit, or whatever seasoning you want. So I mean, I feel like anybody can cook. It's just finding what you can put your hand on good and perfect it. So let's see. You all right over there?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I was walking from one room to the other and it just cut off. It just do that sometimes. But
You wish food didn't have a taste. I'm glad food got a taste. I mean, in some ways, I'm glad food got a taste because if it didn't have a taste, maybe we wouldn't overindulge. But
mhm.
woo,
So
good
my
morning to
question, Sherry,
everybody that's
what
popping
what is
in.
your favorite? What's your favorite sweet thing to eat?
My favorite. Good morning, Garden State. Good morning to everybody that's popping in, and I'm missing. Um, what is my favorite? I don't know. I'm not a real big. I'm not sure. I'm not so big on dessert, so I can't think of something that. Um, yeah, I can't really think of anything that's a favorite.
Okay, you say you don't like desserts. And
I'll
before
like
I get off,
I'll eat popcorn or something before
oh,
I
popcorn
eat.
so good.
Yeah,
See,
before I eat.
you know what? And I think we talked about this because you talked about how like you don't have to eat all day. Like you'll go like all the day and then you'll be like, oh, let me eat something or it's time for you to eat. And that's kind of how I am too. Like I'm moving a lot in the morning unless I got a protein shake or something like really quick to eat. I don't
Yeah,
like to eat a lot of heavy food in the morning until like the afternoon or midday. Um,
yeah.
and what is something that you would suggest for us to try to grow if we
Oh, Miss B popped off again. All right, Laquita. Let's move on to plant based. Oh, you got me convinced. I need to do some shopping. So yeah, community solutions. That's the problem with most of us. We overeat because something is good. So how can you not? Like, when do you say enough is enough? It's like, oh. Sometimes I say, well, let me. That's enough because you don't want to be miserable. You know, you eat so much to where you're miserable. So you just got to learn to. And when I started fasting, that taught me that at first when I would start fasting, I wouldn't eat until 11 o'clock. And then at 11 o'clock, the first week, I'm starving. So at 11 o'clock, I'm ready to eat. But then I eat so much to where I can't eat the rest of the day. So I was like, I got to eat a little bit a couple times a day. be finished eating by 4 or 5, and life is good. So yeah, yeah. Intermittent fasting is very easy and it's great. I love it. So yes. Good morning, soil sister.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
Fine. How you doing?
Great, 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 great. Doing good here. And sorry it took me so long. I was just getting a few things together and setting the kids up so that they can get breakfast. They are home. They have an appointment soon. And so we were like, okay, let's just leave them home instead of going to pick everybody up. It's easier this way.
Especially going to 3 different schools. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not learning that much. Like, it's fine.
Ah,
They're learning something, but it's like, it's mainly social stuff. But
yeah.
yeah, good morning. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. I've been thinking a lot about. I keep thinking about, and I go back to your videos and watch your plant-based treats. And I said, at first, I said this morning, well, let me call Laquita and see if she mind or if we can work out something with plant-based treats because I think it's amazing, and I want to start. I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna try some of your recipes because they look so good. Even my husband say certain things he see, he like, we should try that or that look real good. So
Here's the thing. I want to clear my good name in these streets, okay? So plant-based treats, I try to make food that everybody's already eating so that they don't feel like this is a plant-based treat. I have to go full in, all in. So I say let's start with what you have, right? And I brought in a couple of things. So was part of me getting ready so that way I can show you, right?
okay.
Um, okay, you have a lot of fruit, and I know that Bobby is like, you want to make a smoothie out of everything, right? But
Mhm.
I do that. So this is almost gone. This is a smoothie that I make the kids. I'll fill up this bottle. They can just drink it all day long, in the morning, whatever. So whatever
Mhm.
fruits I have, I put them in there. Of course, anybody can do this. Smoothies are for everyone. And in our smoothies, we put food, not we don't put any ice. If I get hard up, then here comes the ice, right? But even if I'm hard up, like this particular smoothie, I didn't have bananas. Y'all have endless bananas, right? Okay, cool. Some people don't like bananas. My sister, she's like, I can't take it. I don't know if she's allergic. She just doesn't like the texture or something about them.
Mhm.
So you don't need it. But cashews, nuts go into smoothies. So this is where when I say plant-based, I'm not saying just strictly plant-based. I'm saying include more food in your food, right? So this is what I will put in a smoothie. Some days I'll put cashews. Cashews are such a creamy nut that
Mhm.
you can either soak them in water. I never have time for that. I just boil them a few minutes and then I toss them into the smoothie, and it blends up. And
Mhm.
then yogurt is another one. So I use plant-based yogurt because um, we don't eat any milk from animals, any milk foods, no butter, cheese, yogurt. We use plant-based, meaning almond. We use almond milk yogurt or coconut milk yogurt because they sell it in the store. I'm not
Mhm.
making it, right?
Yeah.
Use almond milk, soy milk, rice milk, all of those milks because they come from plants. So when our kids eat cereal, when their friends come over and they're eating cereal or they're eating a snack, they just know they have milk, right? Um,
Mhm.
Same thing with the trail mixes. The kids will come over and we put chocolate chips in the trail mix. Chocolate chips, sunflower seeds, pumpkin
Yeah.
seeds, cashews, walnuts, whatever you like. But we
Mhm.
always put craisins or raisins, whatever you like that way, because they're sweet. And then we add chocolate chips. We add the ones that only have, I think it's cacao butter, which is from the cocoa bean, and
Mhm.
the cacao butter and something else, some sugar, some cane sugar, you
Mhm.
know. They're just non-dairy, but we buy the semi-sweet because we want sugar. Like we like sweets, you
Yeah.
know. So, anyways, though, but that's it. Oh, one other thing I want to show you really quick. Pickles. So this is a jar of coconut oil that we're finished with. But cucumbers, I make refrigerator pickles. I just make them. I just buy the cucumbers because the farmers won't give me any nearby. I gotta go find a farmer when they're in season. I get them from the farmers. Yes, when they're out of season, I get them from the grocery store. And this is what my kids can take to school, eat for a snack. We eat them. Corey eats them, and somebody said it earlier after you said it. They said you can pretty much YouTube anything. And so
Yeah.
I YouTube refrigerator pickles and they cook overnight so that, um, it, put the pickles in there one night, the cucumbers, the next day we can eat them.
Oh,
No special anything. And that's what I'm saying. Like there's so many solutions. Like you said, cooking shouldn't be hard work. Like, we should be able to find answers. So I think the plant-based treats segment is great. I do have a second YouTube channel, Plant-Based Treats. And so from what you're saying, I think it'd be cool to uh, add more of the challenges there for people to show them like, uh, this is this dish, share with me what you did. Let's make it a challenge or whatever, because I haven't started putting my videos on that channel yet because I'm still trying to figure out how exactly I want to grow that space. And you're giving me
okay.
good things to work with. Thank you.
Yeah, like I was trying to figure out if it would be good. I don't know if you're able to share a plant-based treat, or we could just talk about it like on Monday mornings, give them a quick rundown of a plant-based treat. But I know I want to incorporate it in our life because it'll help us live longer and healthier lives. So it was just how do we do this? But I didn't know you were getting ready to start another channel, which is great.
Yeah, it's up. Like it's definitely up. It's one of those things. You know how you set it up, you just haven't put any videos on it yet.
Yeah.
And so let's take for example, Thanos is in the chat saying that the average 4-year-old needs to watch very carefully their sugars and carbohydrates, right?
Yeah.
Now that's what popular belief is because it's popular belief.
Mhm.
However, if you are eating endless amounts of fruits, if your 4-year old is outside just walking around picking stuff off the trees and they're allowed, you have a garden where they can just, roam and snack during the day, that is
Uh-huh.
not a problem. People think it's a problem. And even if they come in and eat a bowl of potatoes for dinner, it is not a problem because plants, aka fruits and vegetables, they have what you need as far as nutrients. It's not so much the sugars. People like the television and stuff, they tell us about the sugars, but they don't tell us about the nutrients and what these foods have. So, all fruits and vegetables have fiber. That's one of
Yeah.
the biggest things that will work out your cholesterol because it reduces your blood pressure, it takes away plaque. Fiber walks a lot of things right out of your body, and
Yeah.
so you're healthier because of it. And then you
Yeah.
get your nutrients, your vitamins, and your minerals from these same fruits and vegetables. And so people don't realize that you can live on a potato. Potatoes are like a full sustaining food. You can get everything you need: protein, carbs, fiber, nutrients as far as vitamins and minerals.
Don't tell
But
me that.
because it's not popular belief, we don't know. So here's the thing though, if you're going to top it with other things, you want to combine it with more yeah, I see your eyes perking. So let me tell you how. Here's some great ways to eat potatoes, right? Let's just take mashed potatoes. All right.
Hmm.
Also add another root vegetable. So maybe add rutabaga. Rutabaga complements the flavor of potatoes. So
Okay.
add rutabaga or add onions. Like people always, popular is garlic. Garlic is popular. But what
Yeah.
about, some of these other things as far as onions, garlic, rutabaga?
Hmm.
You can also boil those while you're boiling the potatoes and you mash them all together. And then it's the flavor of all those vegetables that actually adds flavor. So that way, if you're adding butter, if you're adding cheese, at least you have all of these other sources of fiber, vitamins, and minerals.
Oh, that
And
sounds.
and you see, Thanos is saying his nutritionist said that we can live on a particular type of tree bark, just can't remember the name of it. Cinnamon is tree bark. Like, we call
Yeah.
tree bark, but it's like, yeah, tree bark is food.
Yeah. Yeah. And I saw Melissa said that she did tell me a couple days ago she tried to make pickles and they didn't turn out right.
You know, it's so make them again. Fix it. That's what I do because if they don't turn out right, you can actually just add some more vinegar to the container, add some more salt to the container, sugar, whatever it needs. Tweak it. Add more garlic. I've done that. Yep. Fix it.
Yeah. XDMC said he had pickles infused with, let's see, where did it go?
CBD.
CBD and THC, and they were awesome.
He always talk about CBD. You know what? I'm telling you because that CBD, he talks about how it really saved him when he was going through his illness, and
Mhm.
you know it's a natural substance. So hey, go for it. Whatever works for you, do
Yeah,
it. Do
I
it.
can I can attest to that because that saved my mom's life when she had surgery a couple years ago. Like the medicine had her, so she wanted to sleep, she couldn't sleep, she didn't
Yeah.
have an appetite, she was hurting, she didn't know. So I was like, look, we gonna have to figure out something else. So that's what
Right.
helped her, gave her appetite. She was able to go to sleep after she ate and was comfortable. So, you know, without any medicine. And she had major surgery, but she had to have something to help calm her nerves and her mind and help her focus and not be freaking out so bad. And that did it. So
Right. I get it.
yeah. So you have a cookbook. Good morning, Bernie. You have a cookbook coming out.
You know, that's all part of the plan. So I'm working all the steps, right? So seriously, because it's like, okay, get the recipes down, get a few dishes down. Let's talk about your lasagna. All right. So let's
Okay.
talk about your lasagna and then let's go to um, how you can make it more plant-based.
Okay.
Because when you and Miss B Finesse were talking, y'all kept talking about meat and cheese, right?
Yeah.
Meat and cheese. And people look at meat and cheese like, oh, it's food, right? It's just food. However, I look at things from a nutritional standpoint too. So I look at, yeah, I like meat and cheese in my lasagna as well. I don't eliminate those. I use plant based versions, but I do like it. So I put those in. But I also focus on what other vegetables other than the tomato sauce. So what do you put into your lasagna?
A bunch of unhealthy stuff. Tomato
No,
sauce.
I wouldn't say that. Just start with, you know, the bases and
Um,
whatnot.
so of course the tomato sauce, the noodles, ground beef, kielbasa sausage, um, sour cream, cream cheese, ricotta cheese, and a lot more cheese. So I use about 6 different cheeses.
So let me ask you this. Um, what vegetables go into it? Like, how do you start it?
um, I don't cook much with onion and green pepper because I don't care for onion and green pepper.
Mhm.
but
Do you
but
like
I
red
know
cabbage? Let me ask you this. Do you like red cabbage or purple
I love
cabbage?
cabbage. Yeah.
Okay. So, and I say that because I add purple cabbage to pretty much anything that has a red sauce. So, if you're making a lasagna, a spaghetti, trying to think what else, ravioli, gumbo, anything red, purple cabbage is it adds flavor and you don't feel like I'm eating cabbage. You know what I mean? You just chop it up. You start with that. And I usually cook it in a little bit of water so that it gets soft and then I add the other things. So it works very well with lasagna. And even when we were eating meat, this is what I would make. This is how I would start. So, of course, I would start with onions, garlic, celery, because I like onions and garlic. I love those things. They're great antioxidants and all of those things. Most all vegetables have antioxidants, all fruits. So, anyhow, um, but cabbage. So that's one you can work with. I like the onions and garlic and peppers. You don't leave it out, but look at what you can add. So don't worry about what you don't have. Worry about what you can have. So okay,
Okay.
you could add the red cabbage. And what else other than cheese, meat, and red sauce and noodles?
Noodles.
Anything else?
The white sauce, which is cottage cheese, cream cheese, and ricotta cheese and egg mixed together.
So I used to make that with the ricotta, like you're saying, in the egg, but I would
Mhm.
always add spinach to that. Do you ever add spinach to that part?
No,
Um, or what about spinach for you? How do you like spinach? Is it okay? Do you work with it? Is it a go? Is it a no?
I like it raw. So, but I think I could eat it like if I mix it with the white sauce, I could eat it.
So here's the thing, if you can eat it raw, you can eat it anyways. And spinach, it doesn't add, here's the thing I noticed, it does not add an adverse flavor. It makes, when I make this red berry smoothie, I
Mhm.
typically will add spinach because to me it sweetens the berries, it sweetens the fruit. And this is
Okay.
just frozen, it's a frozen mix. I always use organic, but it's a frozen mix of blueberries, and then I also have a bag with like mangoes, pineapple, what else? Something else, peaches, strawberries, thank you. And then the cashews I was telling you about,
Mhm.
yogurt, which is I use the coconut milk yogurt because that makes it super creamy. If you notice at Wawa, when you go there to order a smoothie, you can now get yogurt in it because it
Yeah.
gives it this deeper flavor of smoothness and gives you that mouthfeel that you want. So, like you
Mhm.
were talking earlier, saying, you know, there's just if it the food tastes good, so that's why we're eating it, right? I don't like nasty food either. And people think vegetables don't taste good, but that's because they don't season them or they don't realize they can just blend them and make them taste, like anything else.
Yeah.
So, that being said, this is a type of smoothie that anybody eats, everybody eats. Corey, can you take this back to the girls?
Yeah, I was gonna tell you, I take money to the store.
Okay, that's good.
We need milk. What else?
Hold on a
Can I
second.
say good morning?
Yeah. Oh, here, take this so you can say good morning because that way you can sit there without, take that too, the pickles.
All right.
And so, wait, I thought you were going to say good
I
morning.
was gonna take it and then give it to one of them. But hey,
Corey
Shay.
said, wait a minute now. Good morning, Chocolate Thunder. Oh, it's Monday. Good morning, Corey.
Yeah, yes, I'm Mr. Staten right now. So good morning to you. Sounds like you guys are having an interesting conversation. I can hear the smile in Laquita's voice because she's talking about one of her favorite subjects, which is cooking and making sure that we all get our fruits and vegetables in. And like I said, I always tell people, no, we're not vigilantes. We just want to make sure that everybody is getting all the fruits and vegetables they can get in at every meal. And that lasagna, you got to make that again because her lasagna is really good. Like I said, even even coming from the standpoint when we were eating meat,
Hold on. Did Coco get the toast out?
and she was in there getting out when I was in the
Okay.
kitchen.
All
When we
right.
were eating meat, it's like when we were doing the plant based the ingredients, it's still just as delicious. She used to get mad at me though because when she would make lasagna in the past, I wouldn't eat it that night because to me lasagna is always better the next day. And so, but yeah, but it's really good. It's really good, and like I said, so yeah, definitely try it. And like I said, and she was just saying about spinach. You don't eat spinach. Pretty much doesn't add any adverse flavor to anything, but it does add a good texture, and it is really good, good for you as well. Plenty of iron, vitamins, antioxidants, all those good things.
Okay.
Don't be scared, Sherry. Don't be scared.
I'm not. I'm definitely gonna try. I think I'm gonna try it this week, even though I know Bobby is watching. We will try it
Wait,
this
does he
week.
like spinach?
He actually last night he said, "I think I'm gonna grow spinach." He is
Mm,
really growing up. I am so proud of him. So
nice.
I'm gonna try it. I told him we were going out to the store tomorrow, so I think I'm just gonna suck it up and buy some of this stuff so we can try it. And then once we
Wait a minute.
realize
Buy what though? Like, what do you need?
spinach, what do I need? Spinach. I know I gotta get cabbage because our cabbage. Well, we don't have red cabbage either.
And there's a
So
difference I noticed because the red cabbage seems to be a little thicker and firmer. So, and the flavor is about. I don't think the flavor is the same. It's hard to say, but when you put it in red foods, it just enhances it and it doesn't taste like vegetables. Because again, when I was putting in kielbasa
mm,
and chicken and a sauce, a different sausage or ground beef, I mean, in my
Lasagna.
lasagna or spaghetti, I was also using the red cabbage as well.
okay,
And people would just be like, wow, there's something about this. They didn't realize it was the vegetables enhancing the flavor.
But the ironic thing though, Peter, is and Sherry is that people say they don't eat this, they don't like that, but then when you look at some of the stuff that they put into the sauces, it's very very rarely just tomato sauce. It's going to be
Yeah.
some onions, some garlic. It's going to be some kind of combination of things that go in it. So the very things that people say they don't like, they end up eating it more often than not. They used to
Yeah.
do that too, like hide, like for the kids and for me at some point, some to some degree, you kind of hide the vegetables and get the vegetables in by creating your own sauce, right, Cleva?
Creating your own sauce. When you say creating your own sauce, you mean the red sauce
The
or the
red
white?
sauce.
Because she talks about the white sauce too, and
Mm,
that's another thing, Cherie. White sauce. I make a
mean
what
spinach
do you call
artichoke
it? No,
dip.
no, yeah, I was going to talk about the dip because she makes hers a lot like mine. When
Mm,
she was talking about the crab dip, one of the
mm,
reasons why people love it is because all of the vegetables. They don't, y'all don't
mm,
realize it's not the shrimp hooking that up or the
mm,
seafood like the crab. It is all of those
mm,
vegetables bringing in the flavor. So
Yes.
that's what does it. I'm telling you, man. The she was talking about the a white sauce, but what is it? What do you call the white sauce?
Alfredo.
Alfredo,
Mm,
right? Cashew
Hmm.
cream is a popular one for people that can eat
nuts.
nuts. Cashew
Hmm.
cream makes an amazing Alfredo, or I make scalloped potatoes with that. I make anything that you would make a white cheese sauce with. You can use cashew cream. Cashew cream is as simple as two ingredients, well, three: water, cashews, and seasoning. That is it. It is so crazy easy and it's good. Then you can also use the silken tofu. So, silken tofu is the really soft one, and people will
Hmm.
make ranch dip from that. They will make
Mm,
an Alfredo from that. And it's like, and people are scared. They're like, oh no, tofu, cancer. But if you Google the words tofu and cancer, you'll find all the studies saying that tofu actually puts the brakes. I said kofu, right? Konnichiwa. Tofu actually puts the brakes on cancer, and
Hmm.
it also has been shown to not be cancer promoting because I won't get into the chemical side of it. Just Google it, guys. Those two words, tofu, cancer, and you'll find out for yourself.
Well, sure. I'm about to run an errand with one of my daughters. I just want to pop in and say good morning to you, Blacks Tropical. Keep doing what you're doing. We love you guys.
Wait a minute, Corey. You gotta get ready for the road trip because XDMC said, "Hey, Corey, get ready for the eating road trip. We got a lot of stops to make. Everybody's cooking."
There you go. Actually, see, actually, I'm with you, man. As long as we can as long as we can make part of that road trip flying Ethiopian Air.
Is determined to catch that flight, huh?
Yeah. So, yeah. But
Good
y'all guys
thing.
have a good. You have a good day. Tell Bobby I say hello when you talk to him later, and we'll be talking to you.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for everything. Um, I want to try that. I'm gonna try that lasagna and see because something he keep trying to explain something to me that you made. I don't know what it was, but I think because I see so much of your plant-based treats, I can't figure out exactly what he may be talking about. I see my sister-in-law; she keep talking about her vinegar. She love vinegary foods.
Really,
Yes.
they're good for you. And I like vinegary foods also. But I like everything. So that's another thing is that you can expand your palate so that I used to not like hot things at all. Like
Hmm.
it was just like, how can you enjoy the food? This is so hot. And I used to feel like that about vinegary foods. I just felt like, okay, this is tart. Now what? But continuing to try different things, then I started to appreciate them more. And that's when I was like, okay. I could understand it. And you see,
Yeah.
gardening with Bernie is saying when my kids were younger, I would put pureed carrots into any red sauce. So that's another thing. Like with red foods, definitely I would usually put spinach and the red cabbage, and even pureeing. Put it this way, combining vegetables, and even for you, if you do that with the onions and the garlic, you might
Hmm.
also realize that wow, something's good about this. It beefed up the flavor. Puree them, cook them a little bit and then puree it and then
Hmm.
just mix it in with everything else with the red sauce. And you'll be like, wow, I want to slap. Where's somebody's mama at? I got to slap somebody.
My husband loved cooking with onions and like I bake chicken all the time, but it is
Hmm.
nowhere near his baked chicken. And I know it's the onions and green peppers, but it's the best. But he drowned his food in onions to cook it, and it give it the best flavor. But that's still that immature kid in me. Like, I don't like onions. That's too much.
So wait, so you're eating it and you like it, or you don't eat it when he fixes it?
I still push the onions off, so I don't. If I don't see them, I'll eat them. But like with big
Yeah.
onions, like that's too big. You need to cut that out. But they actually don't. They don't taste as bad as I thought they would. But I just can't eat a whole lot of it, which I think is just a mind thing.
Yeah, because they don't really taste like any, like you're saying, they don't have a. I use examples like vinegar or arugula. Like
Mhm.
arugula is so pungent, and vinegar is so pungent, right? But when
Yeah.
you get into things like onions and actually garlic is super pungent,
Yeah.
um, but not as much. It just has a lasting flavor. So when you get into things like onions or celery or spinach or red cabbage, those are flavor enhancers so that your whole meal will be more delicious, but you don't have to feel like I'm eating a strong vinegary flavor or a strong arugula flavor or a strong spicy flavor, you know?
Oh, okay. Oh,
So,
yeah.
and
I
the
probably.
go ahead, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
go ahead, Laquita.
Well, I want to get back to this lasagna. So, because Arizona Highland Homestead says if you chop it fine, the greens and squash can be added. Just make sure it ain't, just ensure it ain't okay much overpowering the flavor. So, like squash is another thing that we add to a lot of stuff. So, whether it's yellow squash, zucchini squash, those types of things, I would add to spaghetti. I mean, or lasagna, excuse me.
Mhm.
Um, and this is all going in the red sauce. This is the base for the red sauce. So I would, because once you add something super strong like sausage, that rounds out the flavor, right? So
Mhm.
your sister had talked about using mushrooms as a substitute for meat. For me, I don't think they work good as a substitute for meat. To me, they still taste like mushrooms, which is
Okay.
a great flavor. But all of the vegan people that promote like just, their vegan recipes, they try to say, oh, you can use these mushrooms. They taste just like steak, chicken. No, they don't. They don't. To me, mm-mm. But I like them. Just don't tell me that it's this because it's not. So
Yeah.
I do like. I will be honest. I do use Beyond Meat if I want a stronger meat flavor because I'm still working on my recipes to get it there. The meats that I make from vegetables.
Mhm.
Um, so if I'm making a lasagna, I might add two of the longer. It's like a sausage that you would put, I guess, on a bun or you would grill, sort of like a brat or something. I would add a couple of those and they will give it that meaty flavor. I swear it's meat in those Beyond because I don't know how they get that flavor. It's a pig in there. It's a pig. I can taste that because anyway. So this is where your lasagna, though, you can start it off with onions um, and garlic and then puree those and then throw them back in the red sauce, right? Cook the red cabbage, add a little bit of water, let it soften up, just chop it kind of small, let it soften up. Then you add all of that to your, so then you just have that onions, garlic, red cabbage, and the sauce from the jar, or do you make your own? How do you do your red sauce? Because I buy mine.
Yeah, I buy mine still. I'm gonna start making my own, but I buy mine right now. I just
Okay.
started my own Roma tomatoes to make my own.
Oh yeah, you know what? What's her name was showing how her mega romers were growing out of control. Oh my goodness. What's her name? I was just watching her channel, one of the gardeners. But I'm like you, I don't make my own. I just buy it. I just buy the
Yeah,
red sauce. And
but
then go ahead. I'm sorry.
I because in my mind it's better if I make it because I know what's in it and I can make it the way we like it. And
Right.
plus, if we growing it, why not make our own? So that's our thing is being as self sufficient as we can and not depend on the store for much of anything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
So look. This is where though that's why I'm like we are not hardcore anything,
Mhm.
because of course we buy Beyond Meat, we buy sauces and stuff from the jar. However, what I've always done is used a lot more vegetables in anything I cook. So,
Okay.
finishing up your lasagna, instead of just having eggs with the cheese, the different cheeses, that's where you add the spinach. So now, when you eat your lasagna, it really is a full meal with a lot more fiber, a lot more vegetables because meat doesn't have fiber, eggs
Mhm.
doesn't don't have fiber, cheese or milk foods, cheese
Yeah.
is made from milk, but some people don't know that. They just say, I don't drink milk. So, anyways, cheese doesn't have fiber, right?
Yeah.
So, when you are eating that, sure, it tastes good. Everything tastes good, but here's a way it can taste better and be nutritionally better because I look at the nutritional value. I
Mhm.
always want my food to taste good. Everybody does. But when you think about the nutritional value, that is how you look at, oh, this is how I ensure that my knees don't hurt, my back stays strong. Um, I can keep my balance. I don't easily get distracted. All of those things. It really supports you in so many ways. So that's why I do it. And I'm glad this is helping Larita because she's saying her daughter's eating plant-based food. This information will help her support her daughter's dishes when she cooks for her.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
mean, like I said, when I on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday when I watch your show and I see your plant based treats, I'm like, at first when you show us that little few seconds,
that
I'm
snippet, the sneak peek.
yes, I'm anticipating when you show us the video, and I'm like, oh man, but it's just I just need to dive into it, and I think this week I'm gonna start diving into it. I just go back and watch some of your videos because you do give us the full recipe. So it's just something I need to play with because I think I can incorporate that and
Right.
not have to take his meat away. Just add that to it, and then maybe we can see where we can go from there
I'm
for
gonna
health.
tell you, but so here's the thing though. That's why I'm saying let's start with something that you already make.
Mhm.
Because if you're still using the cheese and the meat that you have, that's fine. But you just don't have enough vegetables in there. That's
Yeah,
all it
yeah,
is.
yeah. Because he
So
can eat lasagna forever, and just like it is. So you're right. Adding more vegetable will add more value to it.
yeah. So here's the other thing. The the seafood dip that you talked about, right? That's
Mhm.
a great example. I'm gonna tell you what I would do with that. I would make what I call super mac. So super mac is that dip, and you just throw the noodles in it, and now you got macaroni and cheese. And you have all those colors, you have all those flavors. The kids would eat it. So back then when I was eating meat and putting things in there like that, yep, sometimes it was a seafood super mac,
Mhm.
sometimes it was a sausage super mac. So tell me what you put in your dip, because that's exactly how I would make mine. All the vegetables, then the cheese, and the only difference now is I do use plant-based cheeses. So they do
Mhm.
have plant-based sour cream, plant-based parmesan, plant-based cream cheese, plant-based sliced cheese. So I still use all of those to make my current lasagna or my dip. So what do you put
Mhm.
in your dip? What do you start it with?
um, the onion and green pepper, of course, and garlic,
Mm-hmm.
butter.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the butter. I use heavy whipping cream to
Mm-hmm.
thicken up the sauce, and then I add my seafood to it. Or I use breadcrumbs.
So wait, those are the only vegetables that you started with? Onions, garlic, and green peppers?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So this is where spinach goes
Hmm.
wonderfully, right? So you can
Yeah.
add as much spinach as you want because of course what I would do is I would also make a spinach dip for parties. People would be like, "Oh, bring your spinach dip, bring your spinach dip."
Hmm.
Because it had all of those other vegetables in it too. So onions, garlic, um, celery, peppers. Um, what else would go in there? Oh, salsa is one of my magic tricks. So
Um,
so when you're making that dip, you add some salsa. It'll kick it up a notch because the salsa is already seasoned and flavored. And if you like it spicy, it'll add a little bit of a kick.
Okay.
But you also have the nutrients of those tomatoes. Since tomatoes, and of course, I'm buying my salsa. I ain't making that, you know.
Not yet.
Right. You know, because
Yeah.
like Meemaw Mel's crisis, of crisscross dreams. I'm making up stuff, putting the lady in crisis. Meemaw Meemaw Mel's crisscross dreams said, I wanted to get that way, having a garden, also raising my own meat. I'm getting too old for that now. And I
Yeah.
feel like none of us are too old to eat. So look, just buy it where you can and do what you can with what you have. So that
Yeah.
way, whatever you have is beefed up more.
That's right.
Look, and
That
then I
sounds
said
good.
beef.
Plant-based
Yeah,
beef.
babe. I'm talking about beefed up.
Bananas and beef.
Beefed up. He snuck that word in there.
Hmm.
But yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna have to try. I'm definitely gonna try that this week. So they give us
So,
something different.
okay, so the dip, this is three different ways you can use that same thing that you're talking about. Instead of just seafood dip, you can now it can be a pasta, right?
Mhm.
It can be a full meal when you throw some noodles in it, or it can be even better because pasta is a filler food. It's like we're eating it, but it ain't that nutritious, and we love it. But okay, so meanwhile, I'm eating it too, right? I'm tearing it up. We got pasta in here, and I'm about to buy some more because you always have it. We're just used to having it. So that's where I realized, well, if this is just kind of a filler food, not nutritional for real, let me at least make sure everything around it has better stuff in it, you know? So add spinach and also add another salsa or another vegetable. So if not celery, because you know celery's great, it's available at the stores.
Mhm.
Um, any green that you can cook. So if you like kale, throw that in there. But just keep it simple with the spinach, and add celery because that's pretty easy to get, and salsa, spicy or plain. And you don't need a lot. You need, like, if you get the 16-ounce jar, you need like half of that jar, and
Okay.
it'll make the sauce smoother and creamier is what it does, and it
Mhm.
enhances the flavor. And then like I said, you can do a dip, a spinach dip, just eat it with crackers. You can do pasta, so you can do it that way. And then the third way is potatoes. Instead of pasta, you do like scallop potatoes where you cut the potatoes, you put them in the pan, layer the sauce, put it in the oven the same way you would bake it. And oh my goodness, that's when you really start to lose your mind.
Yeah, especially me with potatoes. So
Right, because I know you love potatoes, right? And
yeah.
people, they have made us feel so guilty and shameful about potatoes. You know, like they say, well, Dr. Sabi said only eat the purple potatoes. Don't even worry with the sweet or the white. But honestly speaking, if this is what we have and this is what's available, and these also still have nutrients, minerals, vitamins, and they can sustain us without killing us, go
Mhm.
for it. That's what we have right now. Go for it.
Yeah, that sounds
Hold
great.
hold on, hold on. Let me look out the window real quick because I might have to go outside and do something. I heard somebody, I heard somebody out there talking loud. I'm like, wait a minute. And Corey just left. And yeah, I'm like, I gotta go help. No, but he
But
just left
yeah,
with one of my daughters too. And so, Corey can handle himself, and he always tell the girls, anything shake down, y'all just leave me. So, so he'll start things and I'll come finish it. But anyway, we talking about food.
that's all right. Hey, y'all are a team, and y'all work perfectly together.
You know it. Absolutely.
But yeah, that sound. I never thought, and I know people eat. They use like eggplant or something instead of the noodles for
I don't be doing that.
yeah.
Because you're right. People do that and they will be like, uh, they think because we say plant-based or we say vegan or we say vegetarian that all we want is vegetables and nothing else. No, we want rice. We want whole food. So when you were talking about that red rice, I was like, ooh, I gotta get some of that. Okay, wait, hold on. Because all we get is brown rice and jasmine rice or Uncle Ben's or something, right?
Yeah.
Uh, but I hardly ever waste my time on zucchini as a noodle because I want to just throw the zucchini in the dish. Like just
Yeah.
throw that
Yeah.
in the dish and I'll take the noodles or I'll use a different whole food, quinoa, potatoes, rice. Um, what's some other whole grains that we eat often? Because I usually just keep doing the same ones over and over too.
because it
Um,
tastes good.
it tastes good. It's available,
Yeah.
and I make a lot of breads. I make a lot of stuffed breads. So yeah. Okay, so let's get back to your potatoes. Okay, let's give you some potato ideas.
Okay.
We talked about the mashed potatoes.
Mhm.
Do you eat mashed potatoes? Is that something that you even cook?
We eat mashed potatoes all the time.
So okay, so how do you make yours? What goes into them?
Well, I like to. I just boil a red potato and I'll mash it up, and I can eat it just like that.
Mm-hmm.
But Bobby tend to like the instant potato because he gotta have some type of starch because his muscles call for it.
Yeah.
So potato is potato. I eat a potato any kind of way. I'm not picky when it comes to potatoes.
Mm-hmm. So okay, so let's talk about your potatoes because carbohydrates are our fuel, right? This is where we are looking at it from the public telling us, nope, don't do it, limit your carbs. And then they're telling you to go eat something without fiber. Carbs have fiber depending on which carbs you're eating. If you're
Okay.
eating, so if you're eating whole foods, rice, that's good carbs. Uh, but it's good food because it's a whole food. Potatoes are a whole food. And then what you have to look at is combination. You don't want to ever eat anything by itself. So when I make rice, my rice always starts with onions, garlic, sometimes kale or spinach. Or if I just want it to look white, I'll just use white vegetables like parsnips or rutabaga or a squash. So I
Hmm.
might chop a yellow squash because those things like the squash will kind of disappear because it gets so soft. And
Uh,
then once I start those off, saute those a little bit, and then I go ahead and add the water and the rice, let it cook up, let it fluff up. And that's how you end up with yellow rice. Put some seasonings in it. It's like, ooh, this is delicious. You don't have to worry about getting that box of Zatarans and hoping that their flavor is right. Get you
yeah.
get you some butter, some better than bouillon seasoning that's
Mhm.
yellow. Throw it in there, and you'll be, like I said, you'll be around there looking for somebody's mama to slap.
That sounds great. And it's so simple. That's the thing. Is like it's simple. Like even when you make your breads, it's
Mm-hmm.
simple. Like I've learned over the pandemic how to make homemade bread, playing with all this different stuff. But like you make it look so simple, but then I know it's healthy too. Unlike my bread, it's not healthy. So
No, you know what? But yours probably is fine. Whatever everybody's eating, it's like we're eating something. We're still alive. We're still here. But what can we do? What else can we add to it? To me, it's sort of like this. You look, say for example, you look great, right? I don't look like you look, so I can't show up on camera without my makeup. I when I take it off, y'all be looking like Corey, get Quita, So I can't do it. So for me, I feel like I am that lasagna. Okay, I'm cool, but let me put this and that on it, my lipstick or the spinach,
mm,
my foundation or the cabbage, and boom, now I'm better. So we're good. We're all doing good. Some of us we can just make it better. So let's talk about the. I don't want to monopolize the conversation because I'm just talking.
uh-uh, you are doing great. I mean, you helping us all. I think so. You are doing great.
And
I don't want to take up your time, so you let me know when you. I'm okay. I'm getting recipes down. So
right, right. Okay, so let's go back to the mashed potatoes, right?
uh,
Because Adrian Nash has already said put some garlic and herbs in her mashed potatoes, please. Savor it up. So, garlic, herbs, perfect. Let's talk about what other vegetables you can add to your um, mashed potatoes. If you put a bulb of garlic in the oven, and you can even put an onion in there to roast it while the potatoes are boiling, then bring out just a second, please.
okay.
Excuse me.
So y'all taking notes, getting y'all plant-based meals down.
So, okay, all right, that gave Adrian time to give us some more goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
Cauliflower. I forgot. Thank you, Adrian. I knew there was another white vegetable that I add to stuff. Cauliflower can just blend up and disappear in anything. So if you're looking at, I noticed if you like, God knew what He was doing when He said, "Let's just make foods different colors so people can just sort." Red foods go together, orange foods go together, white foods go together, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
got a potato, a white potato, onions, garlic, cauliflower. You can add those. Not the whole cauliflower because you want it
Yeah.
to be mainly potato, but the same way you don't add a whole chicken to a dish, you don't have to add a whole when you add in these other vegetables, you don't
Yeah.
have to add the whole rutabaga, but you want to just definitely add accents, right? You can add a
Yeah.
whole onion. Don't be scared of onions, sure.
I
Go
will.
ahead and add the whole onion. Um, or half an onion, you know, but add half the clove of garlic, half of the bulb. So you might get 3 or 4 cloves of garlic. Roast those, put that in the oven with the uh, a fourth of a cauliflower, put it
Mm-hmm.
in the oven, or just boil it. Because I don't like doing a whole bunch of stuff. I have 2 pots that I cook with, a really big frying pan and a big witch's pot. Those are my only cooking dishes for the stove.
Your witch's pot.
I said, I know, right?
Good morning, Natabi. I don't know why you wasn't invited. I invited everybody, especially on this marvelous conversation. Natabi, I see her cooking all the time, and I'm
Right. Yeah,
yeah.
right.
I like I love broccoli. I can. Good morning. She stole my thunder. I can eat broccoli every single day.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So how do you eat broccoli?
Anyway, I can boil it, and I'm happy with that.
Okay. So this is where, Tasha Oshie Groves said she adds turnips to her mashed potatoes. Now,
Mm-hmm.
you're saying you eat broccoli on the side, so you might have mashed potatoes, broccoli on the side.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so let's say you have your mashed potatoes, you've already added to them. When the water is boiling, just throw everything in there. When I tell you throw the onion in there, throw the garlic in there, chop the garlic and the onion some, and then this way when you mash it, or you can, because I use a immersion blender, so mine
Mm-hmm.
just literally grinds everything. So either way, you can just boil them all together. You can take the garlic and the onion and kind of put that in the blender a little bit so it gets all the way smooth to go with the mashed potatoes. But you can just mash the cauliflower, it'll get soft enough. Then, or you can add, like Tasha said, turnips. When you put the turnips in there, they give it a slight peppery flavor. So you get
Okay.
a natural peppery flavor. So you can add half a turnip, depending on how
Mm-hmm.
much mashed potatoes you're cooking, a fourth of a cauliflower. And this way you still have mainly the potato consistency because all of the vegetables have a lot of water as well.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, you will not only love potatoes, but you'll fall in love all over again. You'll be like, wait a minute, I have leveled up these potatoes.
Oh my God. Do I need to fall in love with potatoes anymore?
I'm
Yes.
telling you, right? Okay, you're gonna rekindle some stuff. You will.
Like, and I have time. I mean, I'm home trying to figure out what should I cook today. So this is what can I make better now?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So
So,
that's
okay, so another way that you eat potatoes, do you ever scallop potatoes or how else do you eat them? Tell me another dish that you already make with potatoes.
fried potatoes, scallop. I put them in the oven. I'll dice them up and butter, salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, and throw them in the oven.
So, you dice them up. And so instead of garlic and onion powder, this is where roasted onions are
Hmm.
amazing. Now, garlic, don't put that garlic in the oven all the time because it'll roast, it'll burn, and then it has that horrible flavor.
Okay.
But um So if you're putting it in the oven and you're trying to just do everything all at the same time, instead of just potatoes, that's where you add onions. This is where Bobby will get happy because he's like, great, I see more onions happening, you know?
Yeah.
But you can roast those together. And what do you put on them? What's the seasons again?
I just use seasoned salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. So I'm taking the onion powder away. I can take the garlic away.
No,
Pepper.
you can keep the garlic powder because that adds flavor. I'm just
Mhm.
saying, I was just trying to think of what vegetables can you put in there instead of just having the potatoes by themselves with seasonings
Oh.
on them. Yeah. Because like I said, the whole thing you want to think of is you want to think of combinations and
Hmm.
additions because everything's better in combination. Let's say like, you have a drink, right?
Hmm.
And you know how people say, "Oh yeah, give me that drink, a milkshake, but with a cherry on top and whipped cream," because the combination is what makes it all,
Yeah.
fill out better.
Yeah.
Same thing with a mixed drink, a cocktail.
Hmm.
You want it straight? Yeah, straight is cool, but once you add the syrup, the liqueurs, the
Hmm.
whatever, the lime. So this is how you want to think about food too. And TV has trained us to just see rice by itself, broccoli by itself, potatoes by themselves.
Yeah.
So so yeah, when you roast them, you can add onions, and they had the flavors complement each other. And onions, they get that sweetness. So
Hmm.
tell me about your scallop potatoes. How do you make those?
Um. Well, I mostly fry them. I just put them on the stove and put a top on it and let them cook for a little while because I can eat a potato raw. So it doesn't have to be cooked through. I'm not picky when it comes to potatoes. Like Bobby is picky. He'll say my potatoes need to cook longer, so I'll just let it sit and simmer for a little while, and then it's done. To me, it's done. But
Yeah. So okay, so wait. Tell me again what you put in there into the pan with the potatoes.
um, just mostly butter, I mean the sea salt, pepper, and butter,
This
and the
is
garlic and onion powder.
okay. So this is where your greens would go very well because if you're cooking them in a pan and they're
Mm.
covered, any greens will go great. I don't know if you eat kale very much or if you eat spinach very much or if you eat there's another one that I was thinking of, something that cooks down fairly quickly so that by the time the potatoes are done, the the greens will be soft as well.
Okay.
This is where definitely onions and some greens would work, and they will take on the flavor, and they will enhance. They will take on the flavor of your seasonings and enhance the whole dish. Not
Okay.
only that, but doctors, any nutritionist, any sports trainer, any person off the street knows that okay, if you're trying to do healthier, you add salads, you add green things, right? You add
Yeah.
color. So that's where I don't personally eat a lot of salads. I like my food cooked. So this is where I will add, you know, greens to something like that. So when I do scallop potatoes, I will do onions, celery, uh, and I put mine in the oven with the sauce. So I'll do onions, celery, um, kale, or
Hmm.
spinach, and then I create the cashew cream sauce to make them like a cheesy scallop potatoes.
Okay.
So I will do the cashew cream, which is just water, cashews, and seasonings. I'll blend it up,
Okay.
and I use that adobo sazon in the green jar because it gives it the right seasoning. Like that's one of the seasonings I'll use for that.
Hmm.
Also, that better than bouillon paste. They say it's made from vegetables. The one I get, but I don't believe them. I think it's something else in there too. There's some chicken in that jar, something in there.
It's some good stuff in that jar, huh?
There's some fat. There's some animal fat. It's got to be, but they say
Yeah.
it's not. So okay.
I
Um,
just bought one. I think it was the onion better than bouillon.
I've had
It,
that one.
yeah.
What did you
Yes.
think?
You don't have to use onions with that. So I'm careful with it because I know my husband love onions, so I don't want to take away from his onions to give him an onion flavor. So
What,
I
what
try
did
to make
you what did you think about it as a seasoning in general, though?
I only used it to make I tried to use it to make a gravy to give a gravy some flavor. So other than that, I haven't I only used it once. I think I just got it a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago
Right.
or
But I
something.
mean, did it give you a flavor that you expected, didn't expect? Were you surprised by it? Because I'm amazed at that seasoning. I love it.
Yeah, I was surprised that it gave so much taste, and that was the only thing I used. So I
Yeah.
was trying to figure out like, do I need to add anything else to this, or is that gonna make it too much? So it's good, and it's just a little jar to make such
Yes.
a punch. So
And I
yeah.
just use like a tablespoon and that's it in a dish. So here's the other thing. I know that Tasha Oshie Gross said Swiss chard. That's the other
Mhm.
green that you could put into your potatoes when you're cooking them in the pan. So
Okay.
you can just layer that in there, put the lid on, it'll get soft, it'll soak up the seasonings, and you feel better because you see the green in there and you're
Mhm.
not missing anything because you're enjoying your potatoes. And again, that's what this is about. Plant-based foods are not about eliminating flavor, satisfaction, or deliciousness or any of that. Plant-based for me just means let's see how many more vegetables we can add. Let's see how many more fruits we can add. And yeah, so that better than bouillon seasoning that you were just saying, that's why I was saying I can make yellow rice with that
Yeah.
because once I put in the some vegetables to start it with, instead of
Mhm.
just cooking rice, onions, garlic, celery, sometimes carrots, if I want it to be colorful and all of that. And then uh, boil all of that with the water and the rice, let it all cook together, throw in that better than bouillon. And it's like, I do sometimes add salt as
Mhm.
or a seasoning, like the adobo, the
Yeah.
sazon, or the adobo with the green jar, with the green top, the complete, that's the sazon complete. Um, I use greens, cooking with greens, their seasonings as well. But my point is that it's not just rice. It's still a side dish or it can be a full dish, but it has so many more vegetables in it. You
Mhm.
have your whole grains, you have your fiber, you have your carbs, and you just have more vitamins, minerals. And yeah, man, it's just, it makes your inside smile. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure his is smiling. He probably like, yeah. I don't know about these vegetables, but we're gonna try it. So yeah, all
Well,
that sounds amazing.
you saw where My Vivid Life was talking about her breakfast burrito. Because she eats eggs, so of course she adds salsa in there as well. And I'm like, yep, that salsa will set it off. But I saw that she said that she's still having cheese, diced potatoes,
Hmm.
eggs, but she puts that salsa in there too.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to try some different things with breakfast because I mean he'll eat the same. He'll eat whatever I cook,
Right.
but because I know what he like, it tend to be the same thing. So I
Hmm.
need to get out of that pattern so I can make our meals healthier, but we can still enjoy them. So.
Yeah, you know what? It's one of those things where even if you enjoy the same things, this is
Mhm.
where you can do a little bit something different to those same things. So name a typical breakfast, one typical breakfast that he likes.
Um, pancake, sausage, and eggs.
Hmm. Okay, great. So pancakes, how do you make those?
I just buy the pancake mix and mix them and make pancakes.
Okay, so here's how you can add something to that. Cook carrots or
Hmm.
sweet potatoes and you puree it so it's smooth and you add
Okay.
it to the pancake batter. Um,
Oh.
Also, because you have so many fruits, you can also do the same thing with your fruits. So you can infuse your fruits into the batter. So, like we hear about blueberry pancakes, and that's just like a marketing thing. I don't know if they had too many blueberries, and so they started using them that way and figured, oh, this will be a good marketing thing. Or they wanted people to buy more blueberries because they're scarce, and that way they could charge more for them. So they figured, let's give you, you can just throw a handful of blueberries in and they look good. But fruit, you can actually add bananas, you can actually add nuts, you can actually grind up your nuts
Mm-hmm.
in the like I have a like a little bullet, but I have the immersion blender that I have. It came with some attachments, so it has a little one that I can use, sort of like a small blender or whatever. I can
Wow.
grind coffee with it, or I can grind nuts, um, or oats if I need to make oat flour. And
Mm-hmm.
so into your pancakes. This is where nuts go really well.
Mm-hmm.
Again, carrots, don't do it all, just change it up. So one day you might try nuts. One day you might try to add banana and nuts. One day you might try to add, what else do you, because you guys have so many bananas, right? What other
Yeah.
fruits do you have out there that you can bring in and that would, name three fruits, not a lemon, because I don't think that would go very well, but name three fruits that you could go out and pluck. A banana is one, so name two others.
Um, the only thing we have right now are banana, passion fruit, cherry, and papaya.
There you go. Cherry, papaya. Um, and what was the other one? The first one you said?
Passion fruit.
Passion fruit, right. And so put them in the batter, you know? That's how you do it. So this way you have where the food came from. It's organic. It doesn't have any glyphosates, no Roundup on it, no GMOs, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe depending on the seeds. But here's the point. Food, even GMO seeds, if you are the one growing it and you're doing different things with your soil, the scientists say the food is fighting back. It's trying to revert back. It's trying to heal itself. It's trying to go back to original. It's only when you have to continue to get the seeds from the original place, you're getting the original GMO seeds. But in your case, okay, you got the food already. So put it in there. You got the whole food, you got the fiber, you got the vitamins and minerals. And another thing is, whatever you're going to add, just Google it really quick. So
Mm-hmm.
if you were to Google right now, um, papaya health benefits, right? Then what you would find is it has, let's see, include a reduced risk of heart disease, diabetes, cancer, aiding in digestion, improving blood glucose. Okay, let me see. High levels of antioxidants, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E. And I'm just looking at the all of the first bits of information, not even going into the article, right? So when you think of it from that place, it's like, oh, I already have this, and look at what it
Mm-hmm.
can do, you know? So there you go. Like, use what you have. It boosts your immunity, anti-cancer properties. Papaya showed anti-cancer activity in breast cancer cells. It helps with chronic inflammation. So it can neutralize those free radicals and reduce your oxidative stress. In older adults is what it's saying. I think that would do that in anybody. But anyways, yeah. So you see what I mean? Like, you have so many things in your yard that you want to definitely start to put into things. Now, if you're only supposed to eat papaya raw and not cook it, don't use that one. Put that one on the side. Have a side of it with your eggs, waffles, pancakes and sausage. Have it on the side.
Yeah.
But either way, Google it, look it up, bring it in the house, throw it into what you're already cooking, because you don't want to have to do new stuff. That's what I
Yeah.
don't like to do. I want to just add to what I already have. So if I already have this makeup on, because I told you, I'm like, okay, I need the makeup. You know, what I want to do now is, wait, I need some eyeshadow, right? If I'm about to do a live show, I'm gonna get the eyeshadow to make it really pop, go over the top. So
Just add to it. And yeah, that makes
right,
it. So
right,
I try that. I got a lot of new stuff to try this week. You're gonna be like, what's this?
right. You, I do want to answer one last question from Gardening with Bernie. He had asked
Okay.
if you parade the cabbage. If Gardening with Bernie is still here, I don't parade the cabbage. I just keep it as is, like because it gets soft. And also, I chop it kind of small, and I
Mm.
only use maybe a couple of cups of cabbage, 1 or 2 cups. You know what I mean? That goes a long way. It gives a nice bite, and
Mm.
but the flavor is amazing.
So you keep it the consistency of like coleslaw,
No,
or
not
the
that.
coleslaw to chop it.
Not that crunchy. What I do is I chop it and then I put it into the pan with some water and I
Hmm.
boil the cabbage for about 10 minutes while I'm chopping something else.
Okay.
Maybe 15 minutes, while I'm chopping something else. So that way it's a matter of it's it's in the dish, and then it'll continue to get softer with the red sauce and whatnot, with the spaghetti or the lasagna,
Yeah.
as it's cooking, but it doesn't have that crunch, but it sure packs a lot of flavor.
Yeah. No, I was saying when you shred it about like cabbage. I mean like coleslaw
No,
size. Not that small.
no, I just, you have a circle, right? So I'll
Hmm.
slice off one, two, three, just three, slices off the end, and now I got three big circles, right?
Hmm.
Then I chop them uh, to make squares.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you leave nice size pieces in there.
Yeah, because and they're no, they're small squares though. So they turn out to be small squares so that if you were to pick it up and sprinkle it like confetti, it's not that tight, it's not that small, but it's
Hmm.
like, "Ooh, I can see the squares." You know how you can see the squares in confetti? That's a bad
Yeah.
example, but I hope y'all understand 'cause I always get crazy example.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand. It makes sense.
Because then it's a small enough size, it's not too big and crazy like, "What am I eating? Why is all this big pieces of leaves?" And no. And I don't have the patience for shredding like cabbage, so yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
now I. Okay, I'm gonna definitely try that. Cabbage and
Spinach,
spinach.
cabbage and spinach, and remember, don't be afraid to puree stuff. When I tell you, if you have a lot of vegetables, just cook them and puree them and throw them in something, and you'll be surprised. They're good, and they don't all it seems like all vegetables, they just love each other. They don't really fight against flavors, right? They seem to just work together. What was one more breakfast, though? I wanna finish with that.
Um, grits. He gotta have eggs, so he eat a lot of eggs every morning.
I remember, like, I saw you said, like, 6 eggs, right?
Yeah, but he'll eat grits, and he basically like sausage. He doesn't care too much for bacon in the morning, so but
Okay.
he'll eat any meat, even if it's chicken or ribs. He'll eat any meat with his eggs and grits or pancakes.
Right. So let's talk about the vegetables that you can add to the grits. This
Okay.
is where, when you were saying earlier, what about making those noodles from the eggplant? Nope, forget that. What you do is eggplants and grits are like, I don't know if they're secret lovers or what, but when I tell you they make some magic, okay? They do some things. And here's the thing. Um You can leave the skin or take the skin off. Most vegetables, the skin has the nutrients. However, if you just want to keep it white because you want your grits to look white, you
Mhm.
take the skin off. So that's where the uh, eggplant gets soft so quickly. And this is where you put the eggplant, you just chop it a little bit. You can coarse chop it, cook it in the water, mash it up a little bit, and then throw the rest of the water and the grits in there. Boom. You have the fiber and the nutrients of the eggplant. So eggplant is a good one. Of course, onions are definitely good. And you can also, if you want to keep it smooth, you can definitely puree the onions. So I told you, since I have an immersion blender and I only have these 2 pots, I'm not using a lot of dishes. Excuse me for a moment.
Okay.
Okay. So what I do is I just cook the eggplant in there or the onions or whatever, take the immersion blender, grind it while it's in that pan. and then put the water and the rest of the vegetables. I'm sorry, and the grits right on top and let it cook. You know,
Oh.
and so that's the way to do it. So eggplant, I just Googled it. It has antioxidants like vitamin A and C, which
Mhm.
protect your cells against damage. It's high in natural plant chemicals called polyphenols, which may help your cells do a better job of processing sugar if you have diabetes. So eggplants, a lot of vegetables have polyphenols. So that's the reason why you also want to beef up your vegetables. So when they tell you to eat the SAD diet, standard American diet is a SAD diet,
Yeah.
then and this not me, this is the doctors that call it that, right? But that's where they don't encourage enough vegetables because they don't say just put in as many vegetables as you like. They say, "Oh, get your serving." They always limit you. So you think in places of like one thing or one thing. Also, cauliflower because it's white
Mhm.
and it doesn't have a strong flavor. That's another one. Put it in the water, let it get soft a little bit, and gets soft pretty quickly. Puree it, or just mash it with a potato masher. Throw in the rest of the water and the grits.
Oh.
And I'm trying to think of another white food. Rutabagas have a stronger flavor because they're a little bit more grassy. So you may
Mhm.
taste those and you may be like, man, no, you're doing too much. But rutabagas work as well as long as you mash them, make them smooth. They will add a nice flavor. And plus, once you put the salt and whatever else you're going to put on the grits, but these
Mhm.
are foods that add flavor, and
Oh,
it's not a strong flavor, but of course, it's adding health benefits too. So if it's making the food taste better and it's giving you all these nutrients, then yeah, go for it.
oh yeah. Yeah. That sounds good. I saw one of my lives, somebody mentioned cashew squash, and they said they use that as a substitute for potato. So I said I was gonna look into it and maybe grow some of those and see. But yeah, you just made vegetables sound a whole lot more interesting. So if I can incorporate it that way, then it sounds like it's not like, oh, who can eat that? So, but yeah, I need
Right.
some of that.
I'm with you because you don't want to do these things by themselves. You don't want to, because then it's like the chore of you start having to feel like I have to think about different different dishes. I have to make up something brand new, and you don't. Use
Yeah.
what you already have. Lasagna, add some stuff to it. Your potatoes, whether they're roasted potatoes, scalloped
Mhm.
potatoes, mashed potatoes, add these things to it. The cashew cream sauce, that's a good one to try. But meanwhile, even without the cashew cream, go for it. Just by adding the Swiss chard or the spinach or the kale, when you let them cook in the pan. And then the same thing with the breakfast. The pancakes, you can add different fruits into the pancake batter. That way, if you're not making the batter yourself, you already got the mix. Great. The other day when I was on your channel, I was following a gardener and she had a recipe. Oh, Miss K, somebody's cooking kitchen. I can't remember her channel name right now, but her
Mhm.
cake started with a box cake mix, right?
Uh,
And then you added the other stuff. You added your apples, you added your eggs. And so if you're using a mix, fine. That ain't no problem. Do it. But look at what else you have that you can add to it. And that's
yeah.
what really, and like we just said with the grits, you can add these different things. And people don't believe me if they haven't tried it. But okra and grits, because okra, um, some people say it's too slimy, but
Mhm.
it'll make your grits creamy. So you'll see it in there. They don't really have a flavor at all. It has a super mild flavor, but
Mhm.
that's another thing if you want to. I just buy my okra frozen. If I can't get it from a local gardener, I'll buy
Uh,
it frozen, and I just chop it into the regular little pieces like they cook when they fry it,
mhm.
and that's it. Put it in the water to boil a little bit so that 5 minutes before I put in the rest of the grits and the rest of the water, that way I know the okra is soft. And then, girl, once you got that better than bouillon, or if you're using butter, I use plant-based butter. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds great. Sounds like I got some plan to do. And
Right, right.
I'm gonna let you know how it. I'm definitely gonna let you know how it turned out. So
Yes. My Vivid Life had said make your own Danish creations.
yeah, with the fruit, I saw her saying that.
Mm-hmm. So
So
So that's another great way to do it. If you don't make your own dough and you say, well, I just buy my dough. Okay, buy your own dough and use those fruits in the garden to make Danish creations. That's another breakfast that you could do with Bobby
yeah, yeah, he'll love that.
or dessert. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, he'll definitely love that. He may want that and just some eggs. So,
Right, right, But
but
yeah,
yeah,
this is so you're giving me a great idea of a way to do the plant-based treats channel as well. I did see Tasha Oshie Grove saying she usually makes sweet potato pancakes in the fall.
yeah,
And I trade out sometimes the carrots and the sweet potatoes. We'll do, several different things. Don't forget if you have nuts, if you have seeds, you can do those in the pancake batter.
okay,
Some people, and when I say nuts, I usually just put them in a bag like a Ziploc, and I just
hmm
hit them with the mallet, a kitchen mallet, so
okay,
they're not full size nuts like you would have in a muffin. But that
yeah,
works really well in a pancake batter.
okay, okay.
Yep.
I'm
So
gonna
yeah,
try.
and thank you for this tip because this is what I wanted more of on the plant-based treat channel, like not just me showing here's plant-based treats, but also, having other people input so that people that are currently eating cheese from animals and like animal foods like cheese, butter, yogurt, eggs, meat, then they can still have those and look at how they can incorporate more vegetables and fruits and whole foods into there.
Yeah, yeah. And I thought, like I said, I had been thinking all weekend about your plant-based treats, and I said, well, I think that may be a good Monday discussion. We could talk about food. I
Mm.
mean, everybody love to eat, and that kind of give you a mindset of a direction to what should I cook this week. So
Right.
that gets you planned out. You can almost plan for the entire week, just brainstorming on things like I know Monday, especially this time of the morning, it's probably mostly women. A couple guys will pop in and pop out, but we doing most of the cooking anyway. So it's good for us to throw around ideas and help each other out and make it healthier.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And to me, that's the point of growing it, right? So that we
yep,
can really consume it in so many ways and enjoy it. And yeah, yeah, and it's one of those things though, if you're used to having things one way or you don't even know about a recipe, like I've learned so much right here at YouTube University, and that's where I would just keep leveling up, adding stuff, trying new stuff. So,
yeah.
yeah, thanks for having me on today.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. And I'll call you one day when I feel like you might have a few minutes to talk. So
Call me
I'll call you.
anytime because I never have a few minutes to talk, and then I always do at the same time. So you just never know what moment it might be, right?
Yeah, it'll be before Wednesday for sure because I know you get busy after Tuesday. So
You know what? That's what I'm saying though. Like every day is interesting around here. So,
yeah,
like it yeah, we don't take a break. So any day just try it and if I'm available, I will talk and if I'm not available, I still answer. And like I'll be in our live show sometimes and somebody will call me and because I have my headset on, I'll answer and I'll mute while the other person is talking and I'll be like, I'm in a show. Call you guys.
get two things at one time,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. I'll be talking like a ventriloquist sounding crazy, and they'll be like, "Oh, okay, all right."
Well, I appreciate you for doing this, and yeah, I'll give you a call so we can talk about some things. And this
Yeah,
was very
sure.
helpful. I know it was helpful to a lot of people. It definitely was helpful to me because I do want to keep me and my muscle man strong and healthy.
Yeah.
So,
So I do
hey,
wanna answer one last question from Brenda Baker. You see her question there?
what she said, I'm cooking pork chop with cream of chicken soup.
Mhm, and ranch dressing mix. Any ideas of add-ins?
Okay.
Because look, Hedgehog's Homestead is already trying to get a plate to my, ooh, that sounds delicious, Brenda.
Good morning, Hedgehog. How you doing? Yeah, I want to play to that too.
Right.
She
We
made
all gonna be lined up.
talking about.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so what's your idea on that?
Oh, before I answer, do you have any additions? I don't wanna
Uh-uh.
give
No, that look now I'm thinking, should I go run and take some pork chop out after this? So
see? Okay, so the way, let's see, Brenda said it's good in a crock pot. I don't know if she means the pork chops are in a crock pot with this chicken soup and ranch dressing mix. Okay, so definitely if you're doing okay, cream of chicken soup. So I don't use a lot of cream of anything,
uh
um, because what I started realizing was, oh, I could just do this myself. Like it looked to me like that cream of chicken was just sort of like a roux. Like, so this is where you could basically use whatever seasonings you're going to use. If you're
mm,
keeping the cream of chicken soup and the ranch dressing, because the ranch dressing mix is your seasoning, keep all of that. But definitely, I'm going to say the onions, right? Onions,
yeah,
garlic, and celery. That's like the trio. Those three are the friends. So even if you do just those three, onions, garlic, celery,
mm,
those three kind of match. So you won't, anybody eating it won't say, wait a minute, why is this in here? Why is that in there? Because those three are kind of white, right? Except for the celery is a little bit green, but when you chop it, it kind of reminds people of, oh, it's just a little bit of seasoning. It's not
yeah.
like people don't see celery as too much. So definitely, Brenda, I would say onions, garlic, and celery to start with. That's another dish that you could do parsnips. Parsnips give it a peppery flavor. So, a parsnip, it looks like a big white carrot, and you just skin it the same way you would the carrot, and then chop it in those little small pieces, like the onion, garlic, and celery. And that will actually give it a deep flavor because the fat from the pork chops, the seasoning from the seasoning mix, it'll just bring everything together. So the parsnips won't be too peppery or too overpowering either. And instead of parsnips, you could also do rutabaga. That's another one that I do a lot of. Chop it small because I would put rutabaga in my spaghetti. And I have a friend that did not like rutabaga because her mom used to always cook it. But
Mm.
I would put it in everything, burritos, spaghetti, anything. And she liked it, grits. And she was like, okay, I guess I do like rutabaga. It's sort of like you when you were saying as a child you didn't like it, you didn't think you liked it, but you love it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see Viola saying she used onion, celery, and pepper in just about everything she cooked. So
Yeah, go
that's
for
another.
it.
Oh
Go
yeah,
for it. And
that
she usually cooks mashed potatoes on the side. So Brenda, use some of those suggestions that we offered, with adding definitely the onions to the mashed potatoes, onions and garlic. You can roast them and mash it up, kind of puree it so it's not as big and lumpy. It just gives it the flavor. Or you can leave it kind of big, you know. Also, either the rutabaga, because rutabaga and potatoes really complement each other. If you want that pepperiness of the parsnips, and I'm just thinking of some of the white foods that are matching the white potatoes.
mm, that
Cauliflower,
yeah,
a little bit of
cauliflower.
that. I'm sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, that's what I was saying. Cauliflower.
Oh, okay, Cherie, come through.
See, I learned. I learned.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm on a mission this week for better.
Hmm. Go for it. Go for it. Go
That
for it.
that'll be our 500 subs celebration. Eat
Oh,
better food.
there you go. There you go.
Yep. So I won't hold you up any longer because I think we can talk food all day
I
and
know.
it can take
I
forever.
know. And
But
I'm about to go cook something now. So we have an appointment. So I'm going to go cook before we go out to our appointment. And that way, okay, we got something for when we come back because I got other stuff then, of course. You know how life is. There's always something.
oh yeah, y'all. I know you're busy. You got an excellent show to put on, and I know it take time to get ready for that. So
Yeah,
I
thank
so
you.
I appreciate you. Everything. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Blind Guy, his wife, their life. They have an excellent show on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, starting at 11:15.
11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, yes. And we do try to keep it right at an hour. We've been still going over like 5 or 10 minutes, but I'd like to try to, we're still trying to tweak things and tighten it up.
Yeah,
And yeah,
yeah, I love it. So I'm not upset when it go over. I'm just like, hey, playing in the chat some more. I started playing in the chat, I think at 8:30 or so. So,
right, right.
but I appreciate you, and we will have you back soon because I think we all need you. Good morning, Gigi. She said she was listening, so
Oh, hello.
making notes.
All right. Well, I'm going to sign off because I know you want to finish talking or close, but I'll be in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thanks. Take care.
All right. All right, lovely people. So I'm gonna close this out by saying, please go check out Kingsway Gardening. We have a new sister in the dirt, Kingsway Gardening. She is brand new, so let's help make her feel welcome and post more videos because we can never have too many or enough to learn from each other and help each other grow. So let's add some vegetables to our fruit collection. We are adding vegetables to our fruit collection so we can eat better foods. So this has been an amazing morning. I appreciate everyone for everything, all my moderators, everybody that joined to listen in. I hope you all took some great notes, and like me now, I got dinner programmed in my mind, some desserts programmed in my mind, pastries for the rest of the week. So I will not hold y'all much longer. It's been what? A little bit over 2 hours. So yeah, learn and grow together. That is the thing. Um, I can't think of anything else. We will see you on Friday night at 7 p.m. You getting your coffee finally? Um, I appreciate all y'all in so many different ways. So this will be it for the day, and I will see y'all on Friday. Well, I see y'all in these YouTube streets all week, but then I'll catch you on your lives, and I'll catch you on Friday evening at 7 p.m. Have a blessed day.